1 second. I will say, just got it. Yeah, so now finally officially welcoming all of you to this program of Ardhanarishwar. Before starting with the celebration process, I would, for people who've just joined for the first time, I would like you to get introduced to what is QuantoLife, who is the founder and who's the co-founder of QuantoLife. So QuantoLife is a unique spiritual path for accelerated evolution in today's chaotic times. QuantoLife is path for heroes. It is a space for heroes to discover and nurture and celebrate their unique potential to go from chaos to creation and to evolve in Shakti and consciousness personally and collectively. Now to talk about the founder of QuantoLife, Quanto Shivo is the founder of QuantoLife. He is the inventor of space-time yoga-based astrological model and the shorter 50 years consciousness model. He has invented Astro Power Yantra, which takes into account thousands of astrological factors and integrates them to give you a score for auspiciousness and intensity for every dimension of your life. This makes the complexity of astrology accessible to us, and we can use it ourselves to make the most empowered choices for ourselves. Can we have Quanto Shivo on spotlight, please? So Shivo, heartiest welcome and thank you so much for being the wonderful you. I mean, of course, I've been associated with QuantoLife from almost 2 years now, and the magics and the miracles which keep on flowing in our lives every day. There are a lot of proofs to it, and if I'll start singing the songs about it, the whole day will be gone, the whole night will be gone. But for the interest of everyone here, I want you to give us a brief about this unique astrological process which you have created so that others can understand it exactly what it is. Just if you can share it.
Yeah, so basically it's a very different kind of astrology which makes you the master of your life and not like the victim of planetary positions. So as you know that there are supposed to be 9 planets and Shiva is a lord. So we, through the energies of 9 planets, we connect you to the space which Shiva is. So you are the Shiva there. The way, that's our approach to astrology. You are the Shiva, and all these Shaktis of 9 planets are playing around you. And we give you that kind of intelligence so that you are able to see exactly how your life has opened up, unraveled in past, and how what are the best choices you can make for future, and you start to really connect to that what kind of life purpose you are born with, and why you have chosen this life. So it's also very, very accurate. I mean, there is no accurate astrology method in the whole world. It's far beyond anything you know about astrology anywhere. It's far, far beyond that.
And Shiva sir, just to add, I'm the witness to it because I have attended both the levels of your program, and now I know how much difference it has made. Sorry, I thought somebody said something. So the difference it has made in my life, I mean, like each and every moment, it's not being a victim, like in the astrological charts wherein a Pandit will come and say, this is wrong about your life and you can't do anything about it except for wearing those lakhs and lakhs of rings and thousands of pujas to get something. And here it becomes so simple that you are the master of your life and you can create a magic in your life by knowing what is the auspiciousness, what is the intensity, and making the right choices at the right moment. So yeah, thank you so much, Shiva sir. Thank you so much. And now coming, thank you. And now coming to the co-founder, my angel, of Quanto Life, and that is Mansi. So let me just introduce Mansi quickly to all of you. Mansi is the co-founder of Quanto Life, a unique spiritual path for accelerated human evolution in current chaotic times. Mansi is a catalyst in discovering people's unique potential and heart holds them. And definitely, I agree to this. And I I'm the witness to it actually. In identifying and dissolving their subconscious patterns through her powerful channeling, astrology, tarot, mythology, and then integrating them into a cohesive community, a heart space. And that's why I call her Heart Alchemist. So, yes, Mansi, I want you also to share some magic of yours about the tarot as to how your tarot thing is unique as compared to the tarot which is being learned or taught outside. I just want you to quickly share something about
Neelam, I think you have seen it. I think you would probably know it better. But
I
for me,
definitely will add, but I just want to hear your yeah.
so for me, tarot are, they are, you have 78 cards in the tarot, and every card is a door into a dimension. And it's a two-way door. So not only can you enter a certain dimension, a magical dimension of life, you can even imbibe that quality in. So for example, today, just when we were feeling the magic of this, I picked up the card and this is who came. This is Vishnuji,
Wow.
right? The magician card, if you all know. So the magician came and I was like, since I picked it up 5 minutes, 5 minutes ago, I was like, I always look for confirmation. And I was like, is Neelam or Shivo going to use the word magic? Because this is the magician card. And you did. You said I've witnessed. So for me today, what I feel is that because Vishnuji has, and we invoked Lakshmi Narayan yesterday, we have, through the Ardhanarishwar program, we have been invoking the divine. I think it was not the intention, but they have been coming, the divine couples and how masculine and feminine interact, even in the divine world. We've been seeing that in the program. And today I feel that the energy for today, I feel, is going to be that there is going to be some magic and we're all going to be in awe. Like we're going to hear, I don't know how it's going to happen because again, that is Vishnuji, right? How he's going to create that magic, we don't know. But we are going to experience these moments of awe and wonder. And when we experience the magic of Vishnu, we cannot contain it. We will echo it in our life. So I really feel that is the energy for today and right now.
Without taking much of a time, Mansi, I really want to learn. I really want you to share. Okay, before she shares anything, I want to actually share that she's got that unique quality of tapping into your uniqueness and guiding you exactly in the perfect way. So, what she does in that space is, first of all, it's really very difficult to find a person who can truly understand you without any judgment or bias. So that's the beauty of her, that she will understand you without any judgments. Once she understands you, she will use all her tarot, her mythology, and everything to make sure that you tap into your unique potential. And that's something, Mansi, makes you very special. You will find thousands of people who can make you learn tarot. You can find thousands of people who can make you learn any sort of a modality, but you won't find somebody so open in heart then can give anything and everything in such a beautiful way. The world needs you. That's what I wanted to share about you. Thank you. So now, without going further, because I'll get emotional about it, so let's get started with the program. The program got started 9 days back. Like today is the 9th day. We started with the Ardhanarishwar program. Just for the ease of everyone here, what is Ardhanarishwar? Many of the people here would have learned about the feminine energies and the masculine energies from Chinese perspectives, shamanic perspectives, Hindu perspectives, and everyone has their own different whatever little bit knowledge we have from social media, or maybe because of the chakra knowledges we have and all that. But here, when we started with the Ardhanarishwar program, just to confirm what I thought, okay, theek hai, even I know about masculine and feminine energies, what great we are going to do out here. But the magic started from the first day itself, wherein what we are trying to tap in is the critical and the serious problem which we are facing in the current scenario. As mentioned by Shivo also, that we have been coming from a yuga wherein there was a lot of group social society norms and everything was there, and people were united together, and there was a lot of orthodox thinking out there. But now, as the yuga is ascending, people have different perspective to life, but the mentality is still that orthodox mentality, which is keeping the males as well as the females, I personally feel, in a lot of guilt and shame all the time. Because in this current situation wherein we are fast forwarding and we really don't know how to tap into a particular thing, what is right, what is wrong, whatever ways we've been able to do things, we are doing it. But at the same time, the mentality is still that orthodox mentality, because of which we are totally a confused, we've become a confused personality as to whether the feminine energies are better or the masculine energies are better, which one is the right way of moving ahead, what is the right way, what is the wrong way. All this confusion is actually creating a lot of chaos in our life with regards to being a female or a male, and this constant fight of who's better, who's doing more, who's doing less, the other morality issues wherein whether females should be talking to males or not, males should be interacting more with females or not, and all not so many issues about all this. This all was tapped into these in these 9 days, and wherein the magic was created. And let's Mansi, you want to add something more to it, because maybe I have missed something here before we actually.
Neelam, you said it beautifully. I just want to say that it has been one of the most intimate workshops I have attended, and I have been amazed by the revelations. I mean, they were way beyond. We always go beyond what we intended in Quanto Life, but the kind of openness that was there about what is the current reality of the world, and more importantly, where are we going with this? Where is the consciousness taking us into the future, and how we can align? I think those revelations were amazing.
So true. It was actually quite profound. So now we will start with a couple of sharings here, so that it's just not कि हम ही बोले जा रहे हैं and people must be saying कि अरे ये ही अपने program की तारीफ कर रहे हैं, but ऐसा नहीं है. We will go to our participants and let them share what all magics and miracles they have created in their life. So maybe I can start with Suchi here, because I can see her on the camera with a nice smile on her face. So yes, Suchi. Yeah, okay. Can we put Suchi on a spotlight, please?
Okay, I wasn't expecting to go first, but first of all, a huge thank you, Shivo, thank you, Mansi, and thank you to each and every participant of the program. I personally went through a lot of spaces, and I really want to thank some of the guests who are here. Like Kushal and I commonly know. I can see Chandrasekhar, I can see Himanshu. Himanshu was supposed to be a part of this program, but he had a family emergency. He couldn't join us. So I just want to say that I personally went through a lot of spaces. So quickly, few things. Of course, as you rightly said, Neelam, we all have been confused about a lot of things about the masculine and the feminine, the energies within, and the relationships and the biases outside. My biggest revelation was I always thought I was weird, but after coming to the program, I felt so at home that I'm not the only one.
That's the coolest one.
सबसे पहले तो वो मेरा दिमाग का conflict and this whole thing, all my life I thought I am weird, and so मेरा वो special होने का वो धुल गया पूरा. I'm not the only special one who is confused. But going beyond, I also, this is another gift I got after doing, I think this is my fifth program, if I'm not, fifth or sixth program in Quanto Life. And it was only when I came into my first program, I realized that
Can we put some?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So so I realized that I could through our synthesis, the sadhana that we do, I had the ability of going into my past lives. I had done past life regressions, but this ability I had on my own accord was definitely a gift of Quanto Life to me. And there's no fear, I can just go. So in this program, one thing definitely came up, one of my past lives that was like, has been holding me, killing me, it came up. It's still not complete for me, but lot of that pain from that life, that has dissolved. There is a side of me that evolved, which I usually don't show it to people, but my friends here, they know it because they're friends and we've met and we're like always talking and all that on calls, and also they know that side. So I usually hide that side of me, which is a very, as Shivo had pointed out, it's the innocent and that mischievous side of me. So that opened up definitely for me. The biggest thing that opened up for me is that I have been very stuck about intimacies, getting intimate in a marriage, in everything and all that. A lot of that has dissolved for me, and I'm totally looking forward to getting married.
Wow.
अब कब होगा, क्या होगा, कौन आएगा, कहाँ से आएगा, पता नहीं. मैं मेनका बनूंगी कि वो मेनका बन के आएगा, I have no idea.
लड़की तैयार हो गई कम से कम, है ना? So yes, that was a very huge thing, because even though I was ready for it, very honestly, maybe I always told people मेरी तो हाँ है, but वो हाँ नहीं थी, actually नहीं थी. I had so much of inhibition in me. I had so much of this thing, and that whole thing of feminine and masculine and everything. So those got dissolved for me. Of course, there's a huge learning. There's a lot to learn. But I'm really looking forward to this beautiful life and the clearances, I would say, the mental clearances I got in this program. Thank you.
So your sharing has been so profound and beautiful. If you would have been in front of me, I would have given you a tight hug. So a virtual hug to you. Yeah, I know. Having said that, the change which we have noticed, Mansi, if you see, she's wearing these earrings and these hangings, and then she's wearing the feminine color, the pink color.
Absolutely.
Time.
She is looking like a bride today. Really, for me, she's looking like a bride. And I mean, and the celebration of feminine is just happening in her whole aura. Like in her body, I can just see. And, without going into much details, because it is a very intimate story. But, there have been times where the feminine in her has been abused. And she was playing, and she had taken it very deep inside. She was very wounded. And now she's become a bride. She's like celebrating that feminine, and everyone. I feel like you can just ask people who are here, and they have been talking about her change from the first day she came in, and even yesterday and today. So she's like the flower has blossomed.
For the first time, I think I'm seeing her in this fluorescent color. Otherwise,
we can ask some of,
and yeah.
You can ask some of the participants
Yes.
what is the change they see in Shuchi. Because she
And
is
like Kushal
totally
had also
transformed. In
told
9
her.
days, she's a different being.
I
Yeah.
think we should ask her friends like Himanshu.
Yeah. Yeah.
We should ask him. What is the
Yeah.
change, Himanshu, you see in her?
Can he hear us?
I'm not
Himanshu,
sure.
can you
He's
hear
there, logged in. Himanshu, are you there with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, so we would want to understand what changes are you feeling in Suchi right now?
Yeah, she's like quite her attitude is changed right now, and she's really feeling more happy than before. Means
Awesome.
कैसा है सॉरी हिंदी में बात करता हूँ क्योंकि अभी ज्यादा हिंदी में बोलता हूँ तो वो फील होने लगा है कि वो एनर्जी होती है पहले अभी कैसा बात किया फोन होता है तो 2 मिनट के लिए हम कैसा फिर ओके हाँ यहाँ वहाँ अभी कैसा ओके चलो लेट्स डू इट मीन्स एनर्जी रिवैम्प हो चुकी है अभी इट्स फील होता है डायरेक्टली वो मतलब वी आर सो कनेक्टेड ना कि वो कनेक्टिविटी के बारे में तो हम बात ही नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि वो मुझे अभी पूरे इन डेप्थ पहचानती है अभी लिटरली ऐसे बोलता हूँ सो कभी भी उनका फोन आए या कुछ हो तो मेरा मूड कैसा भी हो उनसे 2 मिनट भी बात करूं तो मेरा मूड रिवैम्प हो जाता है मेरी एनर्जी बढ़ जाती है और मीन्स आई लिटरली स्टार्ट टू बिहेव लाइक हाइपर एक्टिव पर्सन इतनी एनर्जी बढ़ती है आई फील दिस फ्रॉम लास्ट 2 वीक्स 2 बार ही कॉल हुए पर दोनों हफ्ते मेरे बहुत एनर्जेटिक गए और अगले हफ्ते में मैचेस है सो वापिस शायद मेरा एक कॉल होने वाला है एंड लिटरली मैं उनको मासी ही बोलता हूँ मासी ही मेरी वो सो it's connectivity from our heart so it's amazing thank you
Great, great. Thank you so much for this share. I mean, अभी तो stamp लग गया सुची तुम्हारे ऊपर.
Neelam, I just wanted to share something about Himanshu. Himanshu is actually a yoga trainer and he is also a coach with the national yoga team. And he is a Surya Namaskar record holder.
Wow.
Wow.
Fastest Surya Namaskar. Yeah.
Impressive.
Young boy, very young boy, like 20s.
अभी तो हिमांशु जी आपको वीडियो पे देखना पड़ेगा इतनी तारीफ हो गई है
yes जरूर अभी मैं थोड़ा सा है ना काम में मतलब बिजी हूँ तो उसी में मैंने इसलिए वीडियो ऑफ करके रखा है बोला 2 मिनट के लिए तो बात तो होनी ही चाहिए इस ग्रुप में अभी इसलिए आई जस्ट हैड अ टॉक एंड इट्स रियली अमेजिंग
great so happy to have you here
yeah thank you
so great I think next sharing अभी कुशल की ही बनती है क्योंकि फ्रेंड सर्कल को पहले पूरा खत्म कर देते हैं एक ही बारी में so let's have some sharing from Kushal.
Okay, I thought you'll invite me at the end.
You want me to? No, I'm so excited that all the friends should share in one go.
Okay, so yeah, first of all, I want to thank every one of you. And so this program was a little bit unique, though actually I had a lot of inhibition not to attend. Okay, and then Suchi said, okay, you have to. And so yes, it got really got clarity on masculine and feminine energy as well. And I was also seeing the struggle in myself, the way I behave with other gender or with the same gender as well. And I was like, I got resolved a lot of issues, like, why I'm doing what I'm doing. Okay, and what is that differences. Now when I speak with men, okay, if they're in authority, okay, I call them sir, I speak with very respectful, or will be very slow tone. Okay, if they are with my age, okay, or my connectivity, I'll speak to them as a natural way. Okay, below me also I speak natural, I don't like downgrade them. So that was it was coming as a behavior pattern. Okay, which I can say I saw in the childhood what happened. And same thing with feminine also, or same thing even with my sister, my wife, or maybe like you can say from in-law side, or maybe from my own community, from BNI, Toastmasters. I've been part of various organizations. So what was happening anywhere when the opposite energy is there, or gender is there, I used to speak very limited. Okay, what is like, even when Neelima, you have invited me and asked me, right? So I just said 1 or 2 words. Okay, that's how my pattern has been with the opposite gender. And so I really now getting I got a lot of clarity, okay, why I'm doing what I'm doing. And it is, yes, from these my childhood incidents, and I had a lot of being more cautious and being more careful in terms of communication, because I don't want to show them that I'm a bad person, or I'm over like how other people show off. Okay, so I don't want to do like a show off kind of thing. So I be always be more simple and humble. I want to try to be, and that is what I showcase actually myself, and been projecting this from more than you can say all my life. Okay, and so yes, this program has made a huge difference in my life, and so I do recommend other people as well to attend this, because this is where it was not like a structured lecture kind of thing. It was more about debate, discussion, and getting into the no your own self, and getting what is that you can bring out from your own what you say, like what strength you have, and what no what you have in inside of you. So that was a really, I can say, Mansi and Quanto Shivo has done a great job in terms of doing that, and as well all the participants also involved. It was not that one person was speaking; everyone has put in their thought process and everything, and so it has been brought out a great stuff, I can say. And yes, we can see over after 9 days, today being a ninth day, we are able to see that kind of connections, see the kind of energy it is. Even Suchi Smita, though we have met in last year, not last year, yeah, December, we met personally, and we know the connectivity. But today I can see a lot difference in Suchi Smita actually. So I can see a lot way the Shive expresses, or she shares about herself, and now she is ready to get married. That's a okay, it should be a headline news actually. Okay, so that's the great stuff I can say. Thank you, Neelam.
Yeah, so Kushal, before you go, I want to say two things which are coming to me. So one is that Suchi just introduced you being such a social networker who's got 3 Facebook accounts which have been exhausted, and for others' information, the limit of Facebook is 5,000 friends in one go. It means a person who's got 15,000 friends on Facebook is saying that I had a concern talking to males and females. That person is saying that there is a shift. We can see the importance of it. For people like us who would be having only friends in thousands, maybe few thousands, and a person who's sitting in front of us saying that I have been to Toastmaster, I've been to BNI, I've got 15,000 Facebook friends, has got issues talking to males and females. And thank you so much, Kushal, for being so honest and being you. Most of the people will not even address this issue. You're sitting here and saying it's a great thing.
If I talk about my networking, okay, since 2006 or 7, okay, I started collecting visiting cards in the networking event. I have a 30,000 visiting cards. Okay, I used to travel all parts of India to network. Okay, all the startup events, any business events, I am there. So that is how I have networked. And so yes, even when I network, I hardly be with one person is not more than 1 minute. That is how it is. 30 seconds, 1 minute, done. The transaction or deal or whatever speak I need to do, I complete it. So I don't know. That's what my pattern have been. So I know now as I need to really work on this stuff actually. So it's an ongoing process. Yeah. And so about friends, I have a Bangalore Entrepreneur Meetup group which I created. We have around 27,000 members. On Facebook itself, we have 6,000 members on book club, and so a lot of things we are working on now to.
So Kushal, I'm sorry, I want to ask you a question here. How do you think your networking skills are going to change after today? So I think that you got some 50,000 connects.
Yeah.
How is it going to change?
So mostly it would be more of building a relationship and a long-term relationship, you can say. Whether it might be business or not, it doesn't work on that part. So I'll build a relationship. That's what I would look at. And you can even ask Chandrasekhar, he's here today, and he knows how I used to speak. Okay, only with few people I speak very short words, but with Chandrasekhar I do take time, like speak 5-10 minutes, 15 minutes. Otherwise, no, he knows about my call also. Okay, and I allow more people to speak rather than I speak more. Okay, today actually, if you see, I am taking your stage and talking on. So that's the difference I can say. Thank you.
Yeah, so here I want to put one more point forward, and this program, understanding the sensitivity of this program is one of the reasons that Shivo and Mansi lead this program and no one else.
Yeah.
Knowing that this is the basic foundation, being successful, having awesome skills of networking, still there is something missing, which is actually the real foundation of every success in life. Being in alignment with the feminine and the masculine. And this is one of the reasons. Now I understand that this is one of the reasons that Mansi and Shivo take a lead in this program. Yeah, so thank you so much for such a wonderful sharing, Kushal. Thank you so much. Yeah, great. So I think I want to go a little naughty here because we don't want to get more serious now. So I want to call Abnas here, our naughty one, for sharing. Abnas, are you there?
Everyone. Yes, very much there.
Yeah, hi,
Just a
Abnas.
little under the weather.
So can we see you?
Okay, if you insist. Can you see me? No, not yet. Yes.
Awesome. So Abnas, share something with us, something very interesting.
Pin her.
She is
Sorry?
interesting. That's why we are expecting something interesting from her.
No, let's pin her first. Let's pin her first.
Yes.
I, to be honest, don't know what I could say, but I've enjoyed these last 9 days. It was very nice, informative. And as Suchi said, that only when we were all talking to each other did we realize that a lot of us felt that we were the only unique ones. Like I always felt, and I always told my family that I think, you know, God last minute decided to make me a girl. He just forgot to put it on me and he sent me down. And that is what stuck on me from childhood, because I used to be very manly, though being a girl, very tomboyish. And since being the only daughter, I never got the opportunity to be, you know, that, oh, I can't do this, can't do that kind of a thing. So when we were doing the share one day, I thought, like how Suchi said, only she had that feeling, but even I had the feeling. And it's only when we did a lot of sharing with each other that we realized that all of us have so many things hidden in us and so many things we think it's just us, but there are lots of people around us who have the same. And that makes you feel so much more comfortable to share, more open. And I have been with Quanto Life just for the maybe last 4-5 months, but I'm thoroughly enjoying my journey here. I'm loving the people around me. And as Kushal also said, and I think even Suchi said that I haven't met anybody, to be honest, from y'all, because I don't live in India and it's just been few months. But somehow Quanto Life gives you that opportunity to feel as one with everybody. And it is so easy to find your soulmate. It is so easy to love everybody around. And nobody's really judging you because each one's coming with their own baggage. Like Mansi said, in tarot, we learn tarot with her, and the magician has his own little portly. So each one of us is coming with their own portly, and we are all unfolding our Pandora box, and I'm sure we are getting there. And thank you very much, Quanto Life. Shivo is a fantastic mentor. Mansi is so magical and adorable. And all of you all, the entire team, hats off to you all. Nitika and Ranjana are so kind, sweet, calm, so easy to connect, so easy to just open your hearts out. Neelam and Jeet are those bubbly ones who you want to be around. And of course, many people. Atin, our backbone, I would say, of Quanto Life. He's hardly on screen, but he's there everywhere all the time. And a biggest asset, I think, to Quanto Life. Thank you very much, everybody. And I am surprised because I had not given my name for sharing, but I like Quanto Life, so I don't mind opening my heart up.
Actually, Abna, you opened something for us, and even if you don't give your name,
Thank you, Neelam.
how can we miss your sharing? Abnas picked up the topic about not being judgmental and being open about everything. And that what she said is the beauty of Quanto Life. And that's what was shown in this program as well. People are very hesitant talking about sexuality. People are very hesitant talking about their sex life. People are very hesitant talking about their challenges. It is such a sensitive topic which remains inside the rooms, even if we are dealing with a lot of issues. And that is the beauty of Quanto Life, wherein no judgments. The platform was so much at ease. I still remember that third day of our program, wherein everyone was openly sharing about everything. There were males in the group, there were females in the group. There was no hesitation. Everyone was giving so much of a comfort to each other to be sharing anything and everything they want to share. And without mentioning about that third day today, the celebration will be incomplete. So Mansi, I want to...
Sorry, Neelam, 1 second. Before you go to the third day, one more thing I would like to add, especially for people who I would say have missed out the opportunity this year because this is an annual program. Do try to tap in next year, because one thing I really noticed is that, as I said, each one had their own Pandora box, but when each one was opening their layers and their box, somehow most of us could identify and we could feel that the same things happening to us at some point of time in our lives. And there could be somebody talking on the screen, but we could feel the vibes and we were crying along with that person. And it wasn't just one person crying with the other. There were times when the whole team was crying together. There were such emotional moments. And in spite of not knowing each other, the freedom and the comfort level we had of discussing the most peak things and crying and then laughing and then feeling together. And then one day, coincidentally, we had a break and we were all missing why we didn't have the session. And then there was this one day, which Neelam's going to soon talk about. And that day we were all getting very erotic and happy and excited, and the nasha kept going on the next day. So it had these beautiful ups and downs, and it was a very fun and learning event. So do join in next year. Thank you, Neelam. Sorry to take in some more time.
Why did I call you? So do you understand why did I call you for sharing? Because I wanted to hear about the third day. Because you were the foundation of that day. How can I miss you?
Yes. It didn't strike me that it had created an impact on everybody. But yeah, when you just said, it struck me suddenly that after all the ups and the lows, and that day was real.
See, Vivek is looking at you.
Coincidentally, we got it.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Vivek is waiting and saying that, okay,
Vivek comes in next.
Vivek had this very amazing sentence, Neelam, to describe that day. Vivek, you want to describe it again? Do you remember what you said that day?
Yes, very much.
Can you repeat it for the rest of the people?
Yeah, very sexy day.
So great, Mansi. I really want
sexy voice. Don't forget the sexy voice, guys. Don't forget the sexy voice.
This is the comfort which is getting created here. You can talk about anything and everything with so much ease without judgment. That's the beauty of it. So Mansi, I really want you to talk about that day with us.
So Neelam, the first 2 days, the summer, the atmosphere was such that all the wounds started coming out. We started with a lot of intensity. It was intense. Wounds, hurts, wounds, that we have with our own gender and with the opposite gender, they all started coming in. And as they started healing, I don't know what magic, because I cannot, no one can explain a magic. But as this healing started, suddenly there was lightness. There was this lightness in the being, and things that you can hardly talk to your significant other. You can hardly talk to your closest friend, those kind of things started just opening up in a group where you would have probably like Like someone like Kushal, I'm meeting him for the first time. I'm seeing him on screen for the first time. There are all these, there are men, there are different genders in different stages of life, different ages. You know, you have the single people, you have the bachelors, you have the divorced, you have the, you know, every strata, you have that. And they are all as if we are, like, mujhe pata nahi kya jadoo ho gaya us din. And we are just opening up. And one is, and there's a playfulness. Like, when is there a playfulness in a group when you're talking about sexuality? And there is consciousness. And it never got sleazy. It never crossed where you would feel, oh, you know, this is going too much. Or it didn't be like everyone was just opening out with a light. And I felt, oh, this is how it can be. You know, normally we talk about sexuality. It is like, I'm hurt, I've been abused, right? That kind of thing, which is fine. You should. And then there is this other side where it's like, you know, it's just like all those jokes and non-veg jokes, and which is also fine. I have nothing. We have no condemnation. Fine. That is also. But this thing where it just felt like a celebration of sexuality, of intimacy, of, you know, of communion. There was a communion happening. And I think that was the night, I think for the first time ever in Quanto Life, I still feel it. We invoked Kamdev and Rati. For the first time we invoked Kamdev and Rati, and I can still feel that, like my words are not coming out of my mouth. So they came in, and I know we had an off day, and I was telling Abnaz that, you know, I'm feeling like Raat ka nasha, you know, aag se gaya. I think that is the feeling that is coming, because we wouldn't. And I want to share, for the first time in my life, after I've led an invocation, I got more messages on my private message than a sharing in the group, because everyone had really deep not just deep, but they had a very sensual experiences which they wanted to share. So I got so many PMs, you know, that this was our experience. And it was being celebrated. I felt a celebration. And I think for some, and I think this is so divinely ordained, that it turned out that we had kept that the next day off. So wo purana wo nasha chalu tha, and we continue to revel in that. So I think that day will create something in all our lives. I think it is creating, we are taking that in our own lives, and that playfulness, that ease. And I don't know, it was a very sexy time.
I know, I fully agree with you, Mansi, and that's the reason I wanted to create that day again for all of us. Having said that, I want to add one more thing here, that Quanto Life is like complete in itself with the masculine and the feminine energy, wherein Shivo has got a lot of masculine perspective to everything, and you've got a very feminine perspective to everything. And when the two of you together create a workshop about feminine and the masculine perspectives, it actually becomes complete. And in this moment, I want Shivo sir also to be added in the spotlight. If we can just get him added in the spotlight, please.
Yeah, let me try. I think no one is in the spotlight right now. Let me just add.
You are in the spotlight. I just want to add. Yeah.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I can't see. Okay, let me check. Let me add him.
We have to add you also in this, no? Okay, perfect. Okay, 1 second. Let me do it. Maybe I can do it.
Neelam, I just see. Since I'm from phone, I can't see. But can you see?
Okay, now we are good. Yeah,
Okay, perfect. So Shivo sir, I want to hear your perspective about that day. We heard Mansi and we heard the beautiful experiences we had. I want to understand from you as well about that particular day. What was special? What inspired you in that moment? And you could create a magic together, the two of you. So that's the reason I want to hear from you as well here.
Yeah, so what I have realized, one of the greatest conflict we are facing in current times, that, see, we have lived a huge sense of morality in past 10,000 years, and those morals have caused us to sustain and survive. Humanity have had a very, very difficult past, and we could survive that past because of that morality. So now, so one of the conflict I find today is people say, oh my God, marriages are not stable. And how many times you see the people got married and just within 1 year they are taking divorce. And they are saying, oh my God, this is so bad. And yet we see the same set of people going for this behavior. Isn't it? Isn't that a paradox? All right. And we have seen so much of the sexual behavior which was considered very bad. Like I was talking, in the morning, I was saying that in earlier times, if there are two people in the room, one has committed murder, another has committed sexual immoral behavior, right? And if you ask in the room that who is the worst guy, then probably they would find that the one who has committed some kind of a sexual, immoral behavior will turn out to be the person who cannot be forgiven. Somebody who did murder can be forgiven. So that was the level of sexual morality we had. And suddenly everything is gone. And now so a lot of people are saying that, okay, there is no marriage stability. There are no families now, only one child family. So there are hardly any cousins. There are 2, 3, 4 cousins overall. And there are no second cousins. And just 50 years back, there used to be a family, first cousins family of 100 people, 300 people, including all second cousins. And most of them used to live in a single city. They all were there, kind of there to support. And people are resenting that loss of that. And some people suggest, let's go back to the old times. Let's rectify it. Let's start to follow the old values. And I've gone very deep into this. What is happening? My realization is that we are going to a much higher conscious time where we are going to have much higher conscious institutions. Marriage and the family we know today, they were the institutions to deal with very difficult time humanity was facing. And now those kind of institutions cannot suffice for the highly accelerated evolutionary time we are going to have in future. We are going to need new institutions. And for that, we are going to need new morality. And we don't know what is that. So whatever behavior we are going through is a new vision is dawning on us, but we don't yet know where we are going. And even though whatever is happening in our life in terms of morality and all, yet there is a huge guilt is also pursuing. And there are a lot of social stigmas for so many things. So there is this huge conflict. From inside you feel different, and there are those kind of morals, those are different. And everybody is like really struggling with it. And so we, on the third day, we tapped into a very high conscious zone of how to deal with these issues. So, yeah, this is what my perspective is.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Shivo sir. That was one amazing day you had created. Of course, every day had its own magics and miracles, but that day, that hesitation of femininity and masculinity, somewhere that line, that demarcation, which creates that uncomfortable judgment scenario for everyone, that veil was removed in a very decent and a very nice way, without, disturbing the space of anyone. The boundaries, it was still there. The boundaries were still there, but the magic got created. So yeah, thank you so much. I just wanted to mention about it. Anything else, Mansi, you want to add here? Or we can just...
Yes.
So Neelam, I feel that I feel that this magic that happened that day, I feel that was like the magic of masculine, feminine, vibrational field. And I think that is going to happen now more and more in our lives. That was the moment of creation. And Neelam, I know when you will go in your circles also, this moment will come again. And maybe even higher, because it is coming the second time. I feel something got created. I felt that the real union and the reason why nothing, we didn't try, we didn't make an attempt, we will not cross any boundaries, we'll keep it decent. No, because it was so natural coming together of masculine and feminine. And that day, it was actually, I'm going to say the word, it was a very orgasmic experience for everyone. Everyone experienced an orgasm that was happening on a very vibrational field. And it need not only happen in our body. The organism need not happen only in the body, need not only happen in the mental space. It can even happen at a very, very deep vibrational space. And that is when new creation happens. So it was magical.
So profound, so beautifully explained, Mansi. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shivo sir. Thank you. So taking ahead our celebrations, I think Vivek is looking here and we should ask Vivek. So Vivek, can we put him on spotlight?
Vivek, can you please switch on your camera?
He is there in the camera.
Yeah.
Great, Vivek. So, Vivek, मेरा बहुत पुराना friend है. I mean, like we've started our journey together in the energy field. So this is how I know him. A wonderful human being, a warrior, always striving for betterment, for growth, and a true seeker. So having said that, Vivek, what was your wow moment there?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. So, for me, every session of Quanto Life is a learning. Not every program, every session. And Shivo is the ocean of knowledge and wisdom. So for me, the wow moment was there is some mark, some mark is there on my head on the right side. So Shivo, noticed this and told me that your third eye is shifted towards right. And just to inform you, the new joinees, I am diagnosed with kidney cancer in July 2021, and so that is spread to lung also, that spread to my liver also, and everything is on the right side of my body. So I was inquiring with Shivo that why it is on the right side. So he told me that your third eye is activated and it is on the right side of the, so you need to observe this and everything is there. And
can you be a little louder? Can you be a little louder, Vivek bhai?
Yes, sure. I'm just.
Thank you.
It's fine now. So third eye activated people are generally, as Shivo guided, that those are more determined, and whatever they want, they achieve in their life, but they have to pay for the consequences for that. And I have experienced that, immensely in my life. The consequences of affirmation I have faced. So we moved to our new house. Now it is around 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, and we just manifested that within we took some loan around 1 CR, and we just manifested that we will pay this loan in 1 year time. We were able to pay that loan in 1 year time, but the consequences was I got detected with cancer, and by the insurance amount, we have paid that. So we got the house insurance, and in that some condition was there. If some critical illness was there, then they will pay the amount. So first consequence. Second, till date I have got 4 scan done, PET scan. Last scan was on 8th of December, and in that scan, before that 2 months of immunotherapy was there. In that scan, the disease was increased in my lungs, in my liver, in my backbone. The intensity was increased on 8th December of scan. Till that date, even after that day, 10-15 days, I was determined to fight with this cancer, and I was determined to defeat this. Again, third eye, working, third eye living. And when 8th of December, this increased, drastically, then we started some other medication also, Ayurveda, homeopath, and everything. In December, I attended another program of Quanto Life, and in that I came to know that surrender is the best thing. So I surrendered to Lord Shiva. भगवान बुलाना है तो बुला ले, और अगर ठीक करना है तो ठीक कर दे, मतलब whatever you want. उस surrender के बाद I don't know क्या magic हुआ है. अभी around few days ago, 3-4 days ago, my last scan was on 7th of March, and the infection was decreased drastically in my kidney, in my lungs, in my backbone. So again, surrender, no affirmation, no third eye working. This was the aha moment or waha moment for me in this program. The balancing of left and right, or feminine and masculine energy. So once again, thank you, Shivo. Thank you, Mansi, and the entire team of Quanto Life, and all the participants with me. The love, the healing you gave me in these days was immense. Thank you. And thank you, Neelam, especially for you to bring me to the Quanto Life. Thank you.
Pleasure was all mine, Vivek. ऐसे कैसे छोड़ सकती हूँ ना, मतलब साथ ही जर्नी स्टार्ट की है, साथ ही आगे बढ़ेंगे.
Correct.
So great. And my promise to him, Mansi, is that one day he'll be completely healed, and at least a gathering of 1,000 people will be there, and he'll be standing on the stage.
तो means Vivek तो यार ये तो यानी I mean I am speechless, Vivek, speechless. यानी movies, यानी ये तो इस पे तो movie होनी चाहिए, क्योंकि ये जो I mean this whole thing of the third eye, like how it has played out, like he took up, okay, वो जो करते हैं ना कि when you make a decision the entire universe conspires, right? वो जो हमारी जो law of attraction जो major, but how incomplete it is. He said okay, this is my intention. Yes, universe, उन्होंने इतनी साधना करी थी, थर्ड eye तो उनको मिल भी गया, but look how he got it, and what way he got that money. He got a disease, and because of that disease the insurance paid. So what price he had to pay, right? And I feel कि the biggest blessing of Vivek ji is कि ये जब peak पे आया ना, तो उनको ऐसे मास्टर भी मिल गया. ये उनकी लाइफ में कृपा है कि उनको राइट टाइम पे एक मास्टर मिल गए, जिन्होंने आई फील कि जो शिवो ने दिया ना, हम भटक के ये करके हमको ऐसा एक इंसाइट. This is the insight that changes Vivek's lifetimes. It is not the insight that changes a session. It is like.
Mansi, just to add, I joined Quanto Life in I think May or June 2021, and I got detected this in July. So after I think 2 programs.
मीन्स भगवान ने वो डिसीज और उसका पहले इलाज दिया फिर डिसीज दी, है ना? तो इलाज सामने रखा आपको।
करेक्ट। इनफैक्ट मेरी जो लाइफ कोचिंग के जो मेरे फ्रेंड्स हैं, अभी मैं जब लास्ट स्कैन पे गया था तो मुलाकात हुई थी पूजा एंड सारंग से, तो उन्होंने बहुत क्लियर बोला, विवेक तुझे तो भगवान ने पहले आंसर शीट दे दी, उसके बाद तेरे सामने क्वेश्चन डाला है, तुझे तो इससे बाहर आना ही आना है।
नहीं नहीं, तुम ना तो तुम आओगे, तुम पोस्टर चाइल्ड हो अभी। विवेक, आई सी यू एज द मिसाल, जो मिसाल देते ना हम अंगुली मार का मिसाल देते हैं, है ना? कि ओके यू नो ही इज अ डेकॉइट, अभी भी उसकी माइथोलॉजी चलती है कि ओके ही इज अ डेकॉइट एंड दैट डेकॉइट एक मास्टर बन गया, है ना? he got into this. तुम ये मिसाल बनने वाले हो। I feel कि the Lord has chosen you for this.
दूसरी चीज मानसी, आई वांट टू शेयर दैट जब तक सरेंडर नहीं था ना, तब तक मैं मतलब जो भी हमारे सेशन होते थे क्वांटो लाइफ के कुछ ना, उसमें मैं जनरली यही कहता था, मेरे किडनी में पेन है, मेरे को हील कर दो, मेरे को मेरी वो इन्फेक्शन बढ़ गई है, उसको हील कर दो, कुछ कर दो। आई थिंक आप लोगों ने नोटिस किया होगा, पिछले काफी सेशन से मैंने कभी कोई जिक्र नहीं किया, जबकि पेन मेरे अभी भी है। मतलब अभी भी सेशन से 20 से उठ के मैं गया हूँ। ये दवाइयों के साइड इफेक्ट्स हैं, जो ओरल कीमो की मेरी दवाइयाँ चल रही हैं, वो उसमें लूज मोशन होते हैं, कभी वॉमिटिंग होती है। कल के सेशन से पहले, मतलब सेशन के बीच में मैंने वॉमिट किया, अभी मैं टॉयलेट हो गया हूँ, और डेली कोई ऐसा सेशन नहीं गया है जिसमें मैं टॉयलेट नहीं हो गया हूँ। मतलब सो बट अगेन what to say.
And kudos to you, you know, for a warrior, it is hardest sometimes, you know, the warrior, you know, when the warrior surrenders, you were a top warrior, you know, who has lived life after life, and it is your, I feel it is your consciousness, and it is a ode to you कि जब वो moment आया आपने surrender, just
and also
group, ये क्या बोलते हैं इसको, हाँ, standing ovation to you and Shivo. Like really, I think you will become a misal. You will become, yes,
Shivo sir,
it will be
Shivo
like
sir,
third eye. You know, जब third eye practices जब ये जो चल रहा है ना, तभी ये विवेक जी विवेक देंगे उस moment, उनका example विवेक देगा कि yes, this is the consequence, this is what happened, and this is so.
नहीं सही में, मतलब जो इंश्योरेंस वाला एपिसोड है ना, वो तो गूज़बम्प्स सभी तक आते हैं मुझे। मतलब
और वो लोगों के आएंगे, और ये स्टोरी अभी कंप्लीट नहीं है, ये स्टोरी अभी चल रही है। वो एक वो इंटरवल हुआ है, वो जो आपका कैंसर है वो इंटरवल था कि ये इसने मांगा, ये इंश्योरेंस अभी इंटरवल, राइट? और अभी ये नेक्स्ट पड़ाव चालू है। आई एम जस्ट, इसकी तो मूवी बन रही है।
So Shiva sir, I've just added you on spotlight because Vivek wanted to hear something from you.
Yes, thank you.
म्यूट है।
Yeah, I'm also speechless that how easily he has received a deep understanding of life, the deep insight. I'm just amazed. And as Mansi said, that it changes not this life, but next many lives to come.
Shiva, he cleaned a lot of lifetimes when he mentioned about it in the RYS program also, wherein he was cleaning himself for almost 2 hours with a lot of past lives and everything.
Yeah.
So
he has had a certain kind of past lives, and those have now, the whole direction has shifted now.
Thank you, Shiva sir. Thank you very much.
What was shocking to me na was how visual it was, like how we could all see कि उनका third eye shift हुआ है. That was like unbelievable. कि सबको दिख रहा है visually कि उनका कैसे उनका एक साइड पे सारी एनर्जी थर्ड आई शिफ्ट हुआ है और वही साइड पे उनको कैंसर है. Unbelievable.
Amazing. Great. Thank you so much, Vivek. Thank you. So for all the people who've joined here, been invited by somebody or the other, we've been talking a lot about so many things. Any question which is coming to you or any feedbacks you want to give, we would love to hear it from you. People who were not a part of the program and have been listening to us since very long. Anything you want to share or say or ask?
Yes, Venkat here.
Yes, Venkat.
When Aardhanarishwar comes, I feel as if Shivoji is masculine energy and our Mansi madam is feminine energy. I feel like that. I'm feeling inside like that. We are all Pramadaganas for them. And what to say? Regarding schizophrenia, madam, schizophrenia. It is much lesser threat than cancer. No, schizophrenia. How we will get rid of that, madam?
Just surrender. You are doing such a wonderful job, Venkat, already. We're so happy to see your growth. It will slowly and gradually fall in place. Just have faith. Yeah. Lata, yeah, Lata is there. Jyoti is there, who are not a part of the program. Sandeep is there. Anyone wants to share something? Something's coming up. Preetam ji is there. Alok ji is there. Usha is there. Anyone? Dirga is there. Anyone wants to share something after listening to the experiences and everything, or any questions which is coming to you, coming to your mind, or any feedbacks you want to give?
Neelam, this is the first time I am joining this session, and it has been really marvelous session. You coordinated well, and you asked the people well, and I am new to this session, though we have been in various sessions together, and I have been participating in them as well. I just happened to attend this session now. It was just a matter of chance.
Great, awesome, Preetam ji. And you always are so encouraging, even if whatever time, whatever hour of the day it is, you are always there whenever something is there to learn. So great. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you.
Maybe it's your stars and mine that we come together and on different opinions. Yeah, that's all I would say. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Though I have attended Quanto session earlier, I don't know how I got enrolled into this group, but still I don't attend much because I have there various other sessions that are going on. So now it's totally online, many things. I attend wherever possible and wherever I get value. Thank you. Thank you. I really got new insights from Vivek as well as others. And see Sushmita, her life and how much blushing she was. That was wonderful. And maybe I could see my daughter in them, in her.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Lots of love, Preetam ji. Thank you so much for the wonderful sharing. Thank you. Thank you. So now let's take a couple of more sharings here. So I can see Nitika here. So Nitika.
Hi, Neelam.
Hi.
Hello. So thank you so much to each one of you for sitting through and being with us right now and hearing our stories. You know, we really love to share we can go on and all. So I would, Neelam, like to share some insights which I received during this session. As everyone shared, this was a very, very intimate program, but some learnings which I had during this session. One thing which I realized was that, being married for 23 years, I would think my husband is very pushy and, he's very egoistic. But this time in this Aardhanarishwar workshop, I got a totally different insight that he's the one who's wanting me to, who's operating from a higher chakra, and he's looking at my growth and he's pushing me for my growth. Whereas I never looked at it like that. I would only look at it that, why is he pushing me? Why should I be the one who's doing each and everything? And that was a shift which I noticed. It was, I think, on the first day or second day itself when I noticed this. And on second day, it was 8th of March, and we had Women's Day, and he took me out for lunch and a surprise lunch and all. So that was something which moved me. It was more like a Valentine's Day that day. But that is one insight that, while he was pushing and he had his different way, it was me who was not able to understand his perspective. So that was a big learning, and that is what I feel that has really changed in last few days. The other thing which I want to share was another learning for me was who is a Lakshmi feminine. I'm not remembering the exact name. Mansi, would that be the right term? Lakshmi woman? Yeah, so Lakshmi woman, and Mansi narrated two incidents as to how, she stood by her husband and how there is harmony in the family. So I went back and I looked at my own self that, yes, there have been times where I have stood by him, just being there when he needed, and there is space. It's unnecessary, not nagging and not being too much of dominating in those times, but just standing with that person when there was a need, because that gave that man power or space to take the decisions which were not which may not have been acceptable at that moment in life. So that is something which I also learned, that it is very necessary. There may be insecurity which there may be fear which may come up, but to stand and to allow the man to go into that field of uncertainty to really achieve something is what we as women can provide. And that is the role of Lakshmi woman. So these were two major insights for me, Neelam. So that's what I...
Awesome sharing, Nitika. Very profound. So the first thing which you said, after 23 years, on a Women's Day, actually it's Valentine's Day, so I can see honeymoon period has already started.
Yeah.
So yeah, great, awesome. Congratulations. Enjoy it to the fullest. Now you have opened up a very sensitive topic here, actually, and thank you so much for bringing it up, Nitika. You spoke about the Lakshmi Narayan thing, wherein we had taken the invocation of the Lakshmi and the Narayan thing together. So what was the learning for us in that moment was that whenever the feminine energy, the female, actually acts like a Lakshmi, the Narayan, the masculine, the Narayan gets created and the abundance comes in the family. That was something very, very deeper learning for us on that day. So if I'm always saying, even if being in a female energy, I'm always saying, I want to act like a male member of the family. I want to be in the masculine energies. Or there is a constant fight as to which one is better, who's better. There is no harmony in the house, of course, but there is no abundance as well. But the moment that alignment happens, you can see gold pots. And that is what was experienced by most of the people in the invocation, wherein they saw that gold is coming on them. It's like raining on them. They are able to see the gold pots and everything was happening. So thank you so much for bringing it up. Mansi, I want to add you here and talk about that day. Are you there with us, Mansi? Yeah. So I'll put you on spotlight.
Neelam, I feel that that day when we invoked Lakshmi Narayan, I was in this space that my understanding, because what was being talked about was about harmony between male and female, and we were going into what were our expectations about the opposite sex, about our significant partners, what was our contribution. So I was in that relationship space, And suddenly I see gold, like I see golden light and I see gold everywhere. And I was like, wait, what is happening? Like, what is happening? And then, we were in the middle of the invocation and I think I just said it. I said that I'm seeing gold, I'm seeing golden light. And there were a number of people who said that, oh, you know what? We were also surprised, why are we seeing this, in a masculine, feminine kind of synthesis. And you have described it so beautifully that, when we are connecting to our Lakshmi self, the Narayan steps. When Narayan is there, it encourages us to be Lakshmi. And when that alchemy, and they say in alchemy, always it's the gold, right? When they come together, the gold, and gold is a representation of something that is eternal, something that is light. And it was amazing that so many people experienced that day. And I feel please.
Sharing. So Shivo, just switch on your camera and we would like to.
Please take Jayaji after this. Yeah, include her. Yeah.
Sure.
Yes, Shivo. What was your experience?
What question you have to me?
So we just wanted to share your experience of that day of Lakshmi Narayan.
It's a very see, the whole cosmos evolves by the union of the masculine and feminine. Okay, so masculine feminine, that union could be experienced at many different levels. And like we invoke the Kama and the Rati, and that is to experience the pleasure not just at the physical level but in the whole space. Pleasure as a quality of God. And then we invoke Lakshmi Narayan, and then we invoke Brahma and Saraswati. So Lakshmi Narayan union is like where the success and the vision and the resources, they have merged. So when the vision and the resources merge, there is abundance all around.
So Shiva sir, I want you to explain a little more about the vision and the resource here in a little more detailed way.
Yeah, vision is the solar plexus, and that's the place of Narayan. And Lakshmi is the resource, the transactional space, also the transactional space which is experienced as money. So that's where the resource and the vision come together.
So resource,
the solar plexus. Yeah. So the solar plexus and the sacrum both come together, and a huge success is created. Abundance is created. So that's why probably we were seeing all gold around us.
Shivo, so you know what? Now that you are saying these three pairs in this sequence with the chakras, Shivo, we kept moving higher with the pairs, right? So for example, first we had the experience of the fulfillment of the Swadhisthana, where we felt orgasm everywhere. Pleasure without guilt, pleasure, without the body shaming, all those things, where we experienced the fulfillment of Swadhisthana. And then the energy went up and the Swadhisthana met the sacral, and there we experienced the union there of the feminine chakra, a predominantly feminine chakra, and the next masculine chakra. And then when we went to, and then next we went to the to Saraswati and Brahma. That was our next invocation. So there were we connecting the heart and the Vishuddhi?
Yeah. So there we were connecting, moving beyond our heart into the, because when you are in the heart, you are trusting life. And when you trust life, that's when you expand yourself in the unknown. And when you expand in the unknown, the new creation descends upon you. The whole new understanding of life. Every new creation that has descended in this world has come through the Vishuddhi chakra, from the unknown. I mean, known, you cannot process much. If you just keep processing much, nothing much is going to come out. So every time a new invention happens, a new concept develops, a new theory comes, anything new comes in this world every time. The known has merged with unknown. And that's what is Brahma and Saraswati.
Shiva, what is our collective energy? We have gone through this journey. We've all been living in different chakras predominantly, even though we live in all chakras, we are housed in a certain chakra. Where have we gone collectively after this 9 days? Where have we moved into?
Collectively in Quanto Life, the place to go, whatever you do, you finally get grounded in the space. That's the final. That's where we always go, right? And you can probably recite that the sutra from Gita. When I heard that, I just rejoiced because I was rejoicing in what Kabir had said, that
Yeah.
the man is really like
Yeah.
man is like the tree hanging from the sky upside down.
Yeah.
And that's something I've experienced so much. And then that whole vision has been the key sutra of Quanto Life, that we all come from space. Our roots are in space. A lot of people say ground yourself in earth, right? Our body should be grounded in earth, but actually our soul is grounded in the sky. And from sky, the roots are there, and then the tree is upside down, the fruits are down. So we are grounded in space. And every time, every practice we do in Quanto Life, we finally experience our grounding in space. And that's how the ultimate sutra of Quanto Life is to channel the cosmic longing, to channel what space wants from us, what cosmos wants from us. So that's where we have been going every time. Every time we do any sadhana, any program, that's where we are going.
Shivo, I feel there have been 3 revolutions, in Quanto Life. Sorry, Neelam, it's just coming to me. There have been 3 revolutions, I would say, in Quanto Life, 3 evolution, 3 specific leaps of evolution. I think when we started Quanto Life, that time Shivo brought in that we are observing the subconscious, like we all have a subconscious, and it is more powerful than the conscious. So let us dissolve the subconscious. And how do we do that? How do we bring observation that? So that was the part where you are like being with it, wherever you're having an emotion, you're not evading, you're not running away, you're observing, you're being with it, feeling it in your body, and you're dissolving it and you're seeing the shift. That was the first padav, that was the first revolution. The next one started when Shivo went through his very, very, a psychic crisis, and this didn't solve it. This previous, methodology in Quanto Life no longer resolved it. And I think maybe perhaps the divine also felt that it wants to take Quanto Life in a different direction. And that's when Shiva started bringing in, connecting to the superconscious and the devas, the realm of the devas, devis, all those superconscious. So now the subconscious, when we were observing, our observation got aided by the superconscious beings. So suddenly we were partnering with them, we were collaborating with them. We are very tiny compared to them, but still there was a collaboration. There was like we were living the deva qualities. That was our part of it, and they were giving their consciousness, their energy in whichever way we could receive it. So that was the second for me. And then the third one, which I think which really opens up the space, like really has opened the space, is the connecting to space. And there where, we are so much, we are always in our life, we are looking at the tree, like I'm looking at Neelam right now, I'm looking at Shivo, I'm looking at Suchi, I'm looking at this, but we don't feel. So either I am an empath and I'm completely feeling Neelam, or I'm completely about self, I'm completely feeling myself. And what you were taught about feeling myself, feeling Neelam and the space, and that has been like the huge shift in my life, like in so many people's life, and I feel that now for me personally, I could make the journey from empathy to compassion, but so many people. So Shivu, this is like, I don't know, I probably spoke too much, but I'm just amazed by these 3 revolutions that have happened.
This is the ultimate wisdom. Actually, this is a wisdom like the wisdom of Upanishads was Aham Brahmasmi. And then there was the wisdom of Gita, which said that live by being the channel of God. So, and this wisdom of Quanto Life, now that wisdom of Gita cannot be applied directly in today's times because we have such huge subconscious. During the time of Krishna, the subconscious was very light. So that wisdom cannot be applied. And so here comes the Quanto Life observation and the vibrational field called Quanto. And what actually it allows is when we are observing the subconscious and we are connected with the space, that's where the real partnership between the individual and the whole is happening, basically. So this is a sutra which allows the partnership of individual with the whole.
So Shivo, I completely trust you.
It is not just channeling of Gita. It is a partnership where the cosmos is being channeled. Yes, but it is channeled through my wish. This is what I longed for, and I gave up and I surrendered, and the cosmos fulfilled my wish, not the way I wanted, but the way cosmos wanted, and it was so much more vast than what I could have ever imagined.
So for people who know tarot, this is the ultimate magician. This is the ultimate Vishnu, where your personal longing and the cosmic longing, the cosmic longing descends because it matches somewhere to your personal longing, and then it spreads. And Shivo, one thing I will not agree with you when you say.
I would say the like Upanishad Vakya, Aham Brahmasmi, is I am God. I experience, okay, this is what my existence is. My final existence is that I am God. Because I exist in space, I am not just the body. I am not confined to what I can see as my body, but I am in the whole space. And once I am in that space of realization, I realize that I am the whole space, so I am God. So that was the Upanishadic sutra. The Gita Sutra, that you are the channel of God, is there is something cosmos wants, so, and I channel it. But this Quanto Life Sutra, we are talking about the partnership where I do have my wish, I do have my desire, I want to move into something, and cosmos says, okay, you have this desire, fine, and it will fulfill, not the way I want it. See, the point is my desire is so much respected. My longing is so much respected by cosmos. It wants to give its best. So we have to let go of how we want it. We are just communicating. This is my longing. This is my desire. We are communicating. And cosmos is making it happen in its own way, not the way I want. Yet in the end, it's not like I have sacrificed. Sometimes, to some people it would appear, oh, you have sacrificed your wishes and the cosmos is channeling. No, we have not sacrificed. We have taken our wish, our desire, our longing to a crescendo. And only cosmos could have taken that. So it's a cosmic wish channeling through us in a way that we are thoroughly fulfilled.
Amazing. Shiva, the only thing I will not agree is that this is the ultimate wisdom and the ultimate revolution, because if I know Shivo at all, we can go over a talk in the night, and in the morning when I wake up, he will have evolved from that moment. From just that night, he will have evolved, and we will have a talk on the next thing. I know the next revolution will also come, even though this feels ultimate. And whoever is there, you all become a part of this creation that Shivo is channeling. It's not, there's a difference between coming in when the fourth revolution thing happens But there is something about now we are all being a part of Shivo as he channels the next thing. So, Neelam, sorry for hijacking.
Actually, forgot all the celebrations, and I was like, I want to hear him all through. I mean, and I have no issues even if it was so profound, and I was able to connect so much with it. But here in the forum, without showing my gratitude for this particular aspect, it will be incomplete. I was having a lot of, I was feeling very disturbed in my energies when I had met him, and I was like, I don't know, there is something missing, and I just don't know how to process it. And the best part talking to Shivo is that even if he's talking for 1 hour or 2 hours, he will say only one liner. That one line that is just awesome, and you can live with it for throughout your life. I mean, whatever he said in those 2 hours will definitely be profound. But that one line, if you take along with you, you have to have a lot of patience to listen for that time. But that one line will change your life forever. And that's what exactly happened to me when I was sitting with him, and I was just talking and talking and talking, and he was also explaining and explaining. And he said, you know what, Neelam? You're fearful of going into the unknown, and that is one of the reasons because of which you are feeling this particular way. And that was the wow moment for me. Though I didn't understand it in that moment, and I was like, "Pata nahi kya bol rahe hain." But when I slept over it today, I mean, each and every moment of my life, I'm able to relate to it and see how magic and miracles are getting created whenever I am not actually getting into that zone where I was getting into again and again. Now, the second part which I felt, and I really want to share about it in this workshop, which has happened, is I was having a lot of disputes with him because I had certain perspectives about things, the Hindu perspective, the Chinese perspective, the shamanic perspective. And we had been discussing, and I was actually thinking totally opposite of what he was telling. But when we started with the invocation, and this time Shiva was leading the invocation, for the first time, I could feel the womb of creation. And I had mentioned about it in the group as well. And that feeling, I mean, I cannot express it in words, but yes, something magical is for sure going to happen with that creation which has happened. So yeah, thank you so much, Shivo sir. Thank you so much. So yeah, great, Jayas. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
I just wanted to talk about the Gita that Shiva said. As far as my understanding is, Gita has very clearly said, Krishna, that whatever you do, you surrender to me. You are not the Karta. Karta is he. And whatever is good for you, he will fulfill it. अपनी इच्छाओं को छोड़ दो, but still you will get it what is good for you. That is what I understand. अपना कर्म किए जाओ, फल की इच्छा मत रखो. मेरी तो यही समझ गीता, जब तक मैं कई सालों से पढ़ रहा हूँ, डेली 5 श्लोक पढ़ता हूँ, every time I realize that I have to surrender to him, but maybe I'm not able to surrender that much which is needed. अभी तक मैंने अपनी आत्मा को नहीं पहचाना, इसलिए शायद
आप क्वांटो लाइफ में आइए तो सरेंडर ऑटोमेटिक होगा.
चलो, लेट्स सी.
विवेक ने भी शेयर किया that how
that's
he could
how I
go
got inspired.
into the deep surrender.
I cannot make this one the host, no?
Pardon?
Pritam ji, so in Quanto Life we have the processes and we have that kind of awareness, consciousness, which makes the path of surrender easier.
Okay.
It appears very difficult to people, but here it is like natural. You would say, oh, this is the way. What else is the way? I mean, is there any way other than surrender actually? You will realize that. It's very easy path to surrender.
Okay. Thank you.
So great. Yeah. So I think Ranjana is also there in between in case somebody
Neelam,
wants
can you check with Jayaji, because she had been wanting to have dinner and I was like, Jayaji. and Jayaji, first of all, everyone is saying this. We have to, like, Jayaji has been summarizing. Like, for example, in a long session, if 1 minute you're daydreaming, but Jayaji will take the whole rasa and will hand it in a way in the chat with her own uniqueness in it. And this has been a great help throughout. She has been compiling these notes and just bringing us, and the moment she puts it there, we are all on the same page. So thank you, Jayaji, for this. You're such a natural सहज writer, like सहज.
मैं बता रही थी बीच में कि प्रणाम मानसी, प्रणाम शिवो, प्रणाम एवरीबॉडी, कि मैं तो सिर्फ स्क्राइब हूँ, मैं तो गणपति हूँ, मेरे पीछे बैठे हुए हैं गणपति जी, मैं थोड़ी लिख रही हूँ, लिख तो वो रहे हैं, बोल कोई और रहा है, लिख वो रहे हैं। तो मेरे लिए तो जब भी ये लिखना होता है, और जब भी मैंने अपने आप को सोचूं कि मैंने इन 9 दिनों में सिवाय के एक दिन मैंने कुछ लिखा नहीं ज्यादा, मतलब इन द सेंस दैट आई नेवर समराइज्ड. आई थिंक व्हाट वाज माय गाइडेंस प्रोबेबली, बस सुनो, बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें हैं जिनको समराइज ही नहीं किया जा सकता. जो अनुभव है, जो लोगों ने अपना बताया, शायद उसमें कंफ्यूजन्स भी ज्यादा है, क्लैरिटी भी अभी तक नहीं है. और जो तीसरे दिन हुआ, उससे पहले वाले दिन तो मैं ऐसे सोई, पता नहीं क्या हुआ. 3 बारी आई हैव इन ऑल द सेशन, आई हैव बीन इन क्वांटो लाइफ, I think program's 5th one, or yeah, it's probably my 4th or 5th program. Never have I been so sleepy or so bad, such a bad student. Just at the time when we have to be invoking, we have to be, I don't know what happens. Aadhe mein, kahin mein, I'm off. I'm zombied, And when this zombie situation happens and I wake up, when it's the right time to not have been processing, synthesizing. अरे तो crystallization क्या होगा? 3 घंटे जो बैठे थे, क्या होना चाहिए था? Wasn't too sure what was happening. And I think Nitika can just help me. Which day was it, Nitika, when I spoke to you?
I think, Chaji, it was 4th day.
Yeah.
4th or 5th day, yeah.
Yeah. So then what I did was, मुझे समझ तो आ नहीं रहा. कुछ मेरे पास हमेशा ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है कि जब सबसे अच्छी इन्वोकेशन होनी है, उस दिन मैं कैसे सो जा रही हूँ, कैसे मेरा, मतलब क्या भगवान कह रहे हैं मेरे को, क्या कह रहे हैं, what is he saying? So then she was such a beautiful mentor. कहना भी बहुत मुश्किल है, मैं बहुत कर्टेल्ड थी, क्यों नहीं बोल रही थी. मैंने ये सवाल इनसे पूछा कि मैं क्यों नहीं बोल रही हूँ, मैं तो इतनी चटपट बोलने वाली, इतने आसानी से लिखने वाली, इतने आसानी से समराइज करने वाली, जिसमें मुझे कहीं कठिनता नहीं लगती, मैं बोल ही क्यों नहीं रही हूँ. तो देन शी सेड, व्हाई डोंट यू जस्ट पुट दैट, कि मैं बोल नहीं पा रही हूँ, मैं शेयर नहीं कर पा रही हूँ, पर इसके पीछे कुछ और होगा. एंड पता नहीं उसने जस्ट होगा क्या बोला, नहीं कि दड़ 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 आंसू आ गए. Now, I want to share this, which is not part of what happened in the program. It was pre-program. And then she actually, took me through the entire process, allowed me to experience both. मेरे को ये लग रहा था, क्या है अग्नि, क्या है स्वाहा, क्या है लक्ष्मी, क्या है विष्णु, क्या है कामा, क्या है रति, क्या यही सवाल आ रहा था. बट वो टाइम में हुआ क्या कि मैंने अपने दिल के अंदर बहुत सारा दुख को बहुत मोटी मोटी 25 परत लगाकर बैठी हुई थी। वो क्या दुख था जो मुझे इन इन्वोकेशन से परे रख रहा था, क्या हो रहा था और क्यों वो आंसू निकले, और क्यों वो आंसू निकलने के बाद में मैं फिर एक अलग लेवल पे पहुंची, क्या था। सो ये एक सवाल था, क्योंकि Shivo was constantly talking of, this is feminine energy, this is masculine energy. And I'm saying, look, I am both the man and the woman in my house. I have been running and managing my life. I'm the man, I'm the woman. I am the passionate one. I am the angry one. I am the loving one. I'm the strict one. So I'm the same. So एक तरफ हम सुन रहे थे कि 100% मैस्कुलिन 100% फेमिनिन, तो हमने सोचा हो सकता है हम वो वाले में आ गए हैं अभी, तो हमें कोई इश्यू नहीं है, बट दैट इज नॉट द थिंग, दैट इज नॉट द थिंग. सो व्हाट Nitika did was to help me dissolve an earlier conflict. I think पहली परत उन्होंने निकाली, और उसके अगले रोज जो है मानसी तो साइकिक है, क्योंकि उसको तो ना बोलने से भी पता चलता है कि यही पूछना चाहिए. तो फिर वो जेंटली नजिंगली उसने कहा कि बोलो ना, मैं तो तुमको ज्यादा जानती नहीं हूं, कुछ बोलो ना, वेरी जेंटली. एंड द persuasion of the feminine in actually getting the feminine in me to open up and not resist, and making myself vulnerable. I think that was very beautiful. So thank you, Mansi, for that. But then I was still thinking, why is all this happening to me? I don't think I was consciously choosing this. It happened to me. And if it happened to me, then there was a much bigger reason for that to have happened. And then Shivo explained that, there are reasons why you are born in this world. You may have chosen to have been born in this manner, and you may have been given this destiny, and that you have been able to achieve whatever you have been able to achieve is also a purpose. So, I feel every minute of what I experienced in these 9 days, including today, has been a very magical process. And magical process because the whole idea of taking a learning intellectually has been something that has driven a lot of what I have done. I have been a researcher. I have been looking at, new innovative spaces. I have looked at community service. I've looked at using technology for development. So if I look at myself, why was I in these various tasks or assignments, or why was I being thrown into it? Why was I being in this process? I can't say. But when Shivo crystallized it that day and said, that there is a reason for your being put into this scenario, that there is a reason, was the clarity that I got, that there is a reason. And in that I realized, mere intellectual bhi main kya hu? Kuch bhi nahi. And it is not that I do not have gratitude, immense gratitude. And it's not that I have not been able to achieve whatever I have desired that should happen, or struggled or not struggled. Both have happened. But for me, I think the whole idea of complete surrender means actually not even having an identity. So probably the 8 दिन में जो है ना, भगवान जी ने कहा, भैया तुम्हारी ईगो को डालो स्वाहा. तो मेरा जो ना लिखने का भी उन्होंने स्वाहा कर रहे थे. तो मैं इसी शिव को मैं नमन करके, I will just say it's been awesome. and I'm going to go away for 4 days. So I'm going to miss you guys, but I'm going on a complete no connect for 4 days. But I promise I'm going to be there for Mansi's tarot session only. And no DM, no PM, no nothing, but just the tarot session. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Lovely. And Jayaji, as usual, your sharings are amazing, profound. At the same time, I have been eyeing your earrings. You've been wearing yin and yang in your ears, and this shows that you are completely aligned. And just to declare
yes, I
that
have to
I'm
show this.
completely aligned, you're wearing them.
You know something, this has been with me for 37 years, 37 years. And I picked it up in my first mindfulness practice. And I never thought of it like that only ki siraf wo yin yang wala hai. I always liked the expression of light in the darkness, the white spot in the darkness. So that's what I always liked in this. And I've kept it, not thrown it away. It was just 20 rupees. So it's not the price, it's the value of the symbol that I feel.
Exactly. So, and you wearing them on the correct day. I mean, like that is also.
Thank you, everyone. And Sochi has been my awesome sounding board for thinking about how we navigate many of these issues. So thank you. Special thank you to Sochi. And, you know, people like Kshitij and Abnaz and, you know, he's not here, no, Apna? Chotu, where is he?
Kshitij is here.
Not Kshitij, to dikh raha hai.
Choti is Vaibhav.
Vaibhav.
Idhar. I can't see.
Vaibhav ने जो third day के इतने notes लिखे हैं, Vaibhav, we want a copy.
In the box, don't forget underline के साथ.
तो वैभव से मेरी बात हुई, तो वैभव का मैं बताना चाहती हूँ इसी उसमें कि वैभव is growing not in the 3 evolutionary phases of Quanto Life, but he is on a high spin evolution. Like electrons have already moved in 5, 5 levels. They've already gone. I think a new material is getting ready. It's a new element, something new. So guys, look out for these people. You know, they are the new elements that are coming up.
I wish Vaibhav was here. Uska खून बढ़ जाता था.
नहीं है ना वैभव यहाँ?
He joined, but I think he's dropped.
Okay. Anyway, thank you and my pranam to everybody, all my colleagues, all my co-learners in this session, to Neelam, to Shivo, to Mansi, and all.
Thank you so much for being the wonderful you. Thank you. Great. So I think we have, before that, anyone wants to say anything, we should give the opportunity. Na? Aise ek ke baad ek chal raha hai. Anyone wants to say anything, any feedbacks, any comments to make before we move further? I think Dirga had raised her hand, and at that time we could not take it up. Dirga, you want to say something, or you want to ask something?
Yeah, so I want to say and ask both, Neelam. Thank you. What I wanted to say is that it's just so awesome to see everybody's experiences, from Kushalji to Sukshi to Jayaji to Nitika to I think everybody that spoke. To Vivek, oh my God, I was getting goosebumps and tears when he was talking. I think it's just so beautiful. So this workshop is, yes, very, very powerful. I missed the opportunity to attend it this time, but I'm looking forward to next year. What I wanted to ask is that once you do a program like this, an annual program, how do you ensure that you are carrying forward the learnings of this program for
You're on mute, Dirga.
the program. So what should I do as a participant so that this is not the end? I know sadhana is one thing, but specifically to the program, there are certain learnings that everybody would have had. How do they carry that forward, progressively in their journey? So uh, any thoughts or any guidance on that? Because it's not the one.
I'll say my bit and maybe I'll ask Mansi or Shivo to add up something to it. So personally, what I feel is that it's a journey. So once you learn something in the program, and of course, there are a lot of other people there to encourage you, to motivate you, and you get rolling and you feel the experience. And I fully agree with you. Lately, the momentum starts fading off. But the beautiful part here is if you have tasted it genuinely and you have really understood the essence of it, you will not let it go so easily. You will just not let it go so easily. You will fall down for sure, but because you have already tasted that zone, you will bounce back. This is what I personally feel. And of course, as you rightly mentioned, sadhana really plays a very major role in this. And I mean, like for 30 years, 40 years, you have been a specific way of being, you know. So dipping down is for sure. There is no two way about it that a dip down is bound to happen. The only thing which will bounce it back for you is the experience you have tasted. This is what I personally feel. But maybe we can ask Mansi or Shivo to give any answers or any additions or any different perspectives to it.
One thing I would say is that we have to understand the difference between knowledge and insight.
Yeah.
Once you have knowledge, it may fade away. It may not play that much role in life. But once you have the insight, it's there forever.
Absolutely.
Many years back, I learned this in Landmark. And where, you have some beautiful concept and you are thinking how to use it in your life. Okay, so there is this beautiful thing the Landmark leader said. Don't try to use what you learn here. It is going to use you. See, you are not going to use this. This is going to use you. So you are not going to use the insight. The insight will use you. Once the insight has happened, it is that powerful. And yes, the old behaviors do tend to come back. So live in the conscious space and remain the observer. Then those will come back and just fade away. But insight is going to remain. You don't have to do anything about it. Once that is the magic of insight. Once the insight has happened, it has happened. You can never forget it. Try however much to forget it. You will take another life. You will forget all memories of this. The insight will still be there. That is why insight is so powerful. It's far, far beyond knowledge.
True that. Mansi, you want to add something to this?
Well, once Shivo has said, okay, so to Dirga, I will say that, the celebration session is really, if for some reason, I understand that there are so many programs and sometimes you're not able to attend. But I feel that if you really still want to attend, I feel you should attend the celebration session of that, which is an utsaha, where, some of those highest points that people have experienced and lived that become open to the collective also. So I think the celebration session is a great way of imbibing the essence of a program. You cannot, maybe you did not get that intimate, but it is a way to experience essence of everything that has happened. So I really heartily invite people to join that celebration session. Okay. The other thing is, I feel this program is the creation program of all QuantoLife programs. Or, if anyone is in there, whatever programs can do, this is the creation point. I feel even in this, so Nitika shared, and she will share when the time is right, but there was a creation, that the seed of creating something new was born in her in this program. And I know this has happened to several others in different ways. Maybe they are in different stages of inception, but I think it has happened. I feel even in Quanto Life, from this point, new programs will come. Even though we may not have names, we may not have the exact details of it, but that creation has happened. So for me, this is one of the most important programs. This is where creation happens, the energy of that. And I feel on a personal level, things have been identified for people. There is this one thing where you have gotten that this is my issue. Like in some people, we realized that they had the biggest issue with their own gender. And so they wanted to do B. So now this insight has come. No, now wherever they go, they will apply this insight, right? Because they know they have issues with their own gender, which is why they have not celebrated their gender. In another cases, it could be that the opposite gender has wounded them. So now they have that in their consciousness. Now they're going to look at all man relationships. As Shivo said, automatically that insight is now just going to work in all these different spheres. And I feel that if something has really crystallized you in this journey, take it forward. Take that one thing, take it forward in your invocation, like that one thing, because that is the root of everything. And we have really gotten to the root for pretty much everyone. So, go deeper and ground that in space now. Whatever root cause you have gotten for yourself, now ground that. That is your work. Thank you, Neela.
Thank you. Thank you, Dirga, for asking this question. I think it helps many of the people. I mean, it might be a thought in the minds of the participants as well. Thank you so much for bringing it up. Yeah. So great. Now, I think any other questions before we move further? Yeah, okay. So, Ranjana, are you there with us? If we can hear something from you, the miraculous story of.
Hi, Neelam. All of you. Really nice.
You can, Ranjana, 1 second. We'll have invocation also in some time. So I request everybody to please stay.
Okay, thank you, Nitika. So everyone has said such wonderful things, and I can see so much change in everybody. Whether it is Suchi or Jaya ji, Abnaz, Vivek ji, always praying for you, Vivek ji. Just loving your journey. And I joined the program thinking that I want to get into the solve my the feminine and the masculine part of me. And as I got into the program, and from there I reached on to the relationship that I have with my husband, and सब कुछ सही था लेकिन सब कुछ सही है पर कुछ कमी है, that kind of thing was there with him. So हाँ,
चीनी कम है.
So I think we got into a point of stagnation, and the leap had to be taken, and that for that I got one insight where where we are right now, because when you are in a situation, आप एक भंवर की तरह हो, वो एक भंवर की तरह होती है, वो आपको देखने नहीं देती है कि प्रॉब्लम कहाँ है. So only when you come out of that bhavar is when you can see कि okay, where I am. So that is what happened with me, and since in this relationship, I figured out where we are, and I'm all set to take the leap, and at least I got to know how it can be done. So that was one insight that I got from them. And also शिव सर ने एक चक्रा की कुछ बात कही थी कि जब हमको लगता है कि अरे हमारे चक्रा खुल रहे हैं. So that was also one very nice insight that I got, that chakra khul nahi rahe hain, they're just telling you that we are there. And there were a lot of high points where maybe I didn't come out and discuss, but yeah, you get a lot of insights from other people's sharing also, which can be implemented in whatever way you think you can in your own life. So that was that. But the amazing thing that happened during this one session was that Mansi was getting sleepy all the time. And she has been helping me heal my daughter. She gets up in the night and she just walks out of the house. I mean, not the house, the room. She tries to get out of the room. And we are scared to put her in her room because, pata nahi kahan jayegi. So this was something that I was struggling for a long time. And Mansi was helping me heal her. And during one of the sessions, Mansi started getting all sleepy. And she said, Ranju, it's the entity that's, disturbing Divya. And then we called Divya and then we collectively did an invocation for her. I'm so grateful for all of you to come together and do that for Divya. And for Mansi to bring it up. And, that collective energy worked so beautifully that today there was a revelation. She saw something in her past lives. And, the journey had already begun. It took a leap during this program. And I'm hopeful. I surrender, but I'm hopeful. So thank you very much, everyone, and Mansi and everybody, Shivo sir, for all your insights and all the lovely things we learned during this program.
I can feel the mother in you, Ranjana.
Huh?
Yeah.
I can feel the mother in you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So, Neelam, can I just quickly say the journey of Divya here?
Yeah,
So
please.
Divya, first of all, she's such a divine child. I mean, amazingly psychic, and she will come to know when I share her story. And for her, the journey started where she was, even during the day, she would have these anxiety attacks, panic attacks. So even when she was awake, that entity would attack, and she would just lose her awareness, and the entity would take over. Okay. And afterwards, after she started doing synthesis, she stopped having anxiety attacks during the day. Okay, because now when she's awake, okay, she has because her thing was, the moment the entity would come up, she would drop her own awareness because it was too much for her. Okay, and this allowed the space for the entity to come. Now she has made the evolution. This little kid, 11-year-old kid, has now made the evolution where when she is aware and awake, she can deal with it. So now we cannot overpower her. She can beat that attack. Okay, this is her thing. Now it would happen. Now in the night it would still continue, because in the night what would happen is, again it has come when she is less aware. Right? She's less aware, and that thing is attacking, and she's doing the same thing. She's giving up. She's shutting down. And then the entities will come. Okay, and then she wants to run away and all these things. So now the work was to make her aware even when she's sleeping, to bring that awareness back. And the way this entity worked was, he would put anesthesia on you. It's like that. He would make you forget. So when I started connecting to Divya, I'm continuously yawning. It doesn't matter. It's day for me. It's night for me. I'm just yawning. I'm in a panel and I'm yawning. I'm like, hey, Bhagwan, mujhe bachao. Main camera pe hu. I should not yawn when other people are talking about their life stories. Forget empathy. It's like someone is talking, looking at me, and I'm like yawning. It's like, hey, Bhagwan. But this was happening. This is
I
how.
was also yawning that day. Huh? I was also yawning.
Yeah, that is his thing.
Yeah.
He wants to put chlorophyll, and he makes it so simple ki so jao. So, like that was the way this entity was working. And then for me, and so, as we stayed with it, as she stayed with it, finally that started breaking down. And then the next night, she woke up and she was completely aware. She woke up, but she's waking up aware.
Yeah.
Okay. And then today, now that awareness is deepening, see, because in the beginning, I told Divya that no, I told Ranju, we have to empower her. She has to beat this herself. But jab Ranju ne mujhe raat ko phone kara na, and then when I saw Divya, I'm like, yes, she can do it. I mean, वो इतनी divine बेटी है. जब मैंने रंजू को देखा ना, तो मुझे मैं वो मम्मी के मोड में आ गई कि यार, just take it away. We don't want to wait until she gets empowered. ये खत्म करो, and that time she was like, you're going into your mother self. You're not going into her, your guide self. This is the mother ki khatam karo. Ye nahi dekhna hai mujhe. Give it to me. Just khatam karo. And which is not the long-term solution, because we want her to be empowered. And I'm so proud of this divine child. and her parents and everyone. And now she's having a revelation of what this entity, when he was a person, what he did to her. And how he was burning her and the torture he has done. So now she has even gotten into the place where this happened. So you see how this journey for her, because see, this is an entity-human relationship, which was a man-woman relationship earlier. And how that is being solved by this little girl, 11-year-old. And Ranjana is doing all these invocations and she's just in the space. And this shows how the space, we keep saying space. नहीं, ये space में वो connect कर रही है, तभी तो उसकी बेटी जो attend नहीं कर रही है रोज, उसको भी ये हो रहा है. So it is just amazing. So I just
feel the shift also, Mansi, like after the session, जब अपने Aardhanarishwar की session खत्म होते, and I couldn't do the invocation with her every day. So, but there was this one time that I used to ask her, किया? तो मुझसे बोलती थी किया, but I was not too sure. But when I used to go in the room and just to check on the girls, I saw her doing it. So the thing is that, she also knows that मैं ऐसा करती हूँ तो मैं आराम में रहती हूँ. रात को जब वो उठ के जाती है तो उसको रात का कुछ भी याद नहीं रहता, कुछ भी याद नहीं रहता, उस टाइम पे भी याद नहीं रहता. Like in the night I made her speak to Mansi and she doesn't remember we spoke to Mansi.
Yeah.
And it was so being so unaware. How unaware is that? And gradually, like today, the revelation was crazy. It's like, whoever was coming to help her, the big man was beating everyone up. So she had this in mind कि mom, no one can help me. जो भी मुझे help करने आ रहा था, उसको वो मार रहा था. So that is how strong he is trying to show himself as.
It's typical bully behavior. Someone is coming to help you. You're like, you threaten. वो जो गुंडा लोग करते हैं ना कि हाँ तुमने उसको मदद किया, देखो मैं तुम्हारा क्या हालत करता हूँ.
Right.
So this is psychic gundagiri. But
and Atin picked up the phone. I was like paranoid. She's crying so badly, hysterically. I quickly called Atin and then Atin took care of her from there. So thank you, Atin, also.
Amazing.
Hats off to you, Ranju, to be able to speak like this. Obviously, when you're going through it, it's very, very different. Right now, you can speak.
And also, the Atin is the Hanuman of Quanto Life.
Thank you. Preeti.
Thank you, Ranjana, for the sharing.
Thank you very much for giving me a chance to share.
So yeah, anyone else wants to share something before we?
I also want to share as when one day we celebrated for Mansi's birthday at night, 12 p.m. and we quickly done the invocation and gone into the zone of birthday celebration. And there also Mansi into the zone of healing and giving guidance. So she was telling about the father-daughter relationship, and I observed that my husband also the same protective feeling towards me, towards my daughters. And she said कि now you are मतलब तुम अपने पति की बड़ाई कर रही हो. मैंने कहा हाँ ये तो है. He is too much protective. And
the first time, no, Preeti, the same thing she has told me before. Okay, the same thing she has told me, but the first time she's saying the same thing in appreciation. This was the shift for Preeti. That same thing which she was complaining about, अभी वो उसको appreciate कर रही है. So that was a huge shift in Preeti.
Yes. And thank you, Mansi, for that deep insight and awareness, bringing that awareness in me that yes, he is into that zone of caring and overprotecting. It seems to be like to us, and it's like there is somebody who cares for us and somebody who loves us into that zone. Yes, thank you.
सबका हनीमून पीरियड चालू करा दिया है ना मानसी?
I swear.
Great. Anyone else wants to share anything? Aruna, Rashi, anyone wants to share anything before we ship
Pranam
it?
Shivu sir, Pranam Mansi ji, Nilam ji Pranam.
प्रणाम प्रणाम आसमान भर के प्रणाम
ये नाइंसाफी है, ये मुझे बोलना चाहिए।
आप ही के शिष्य हैं हम लोग, ऐसा क्या? जी
मैं it's not only about the Ardhanarishwar program. Every session I have attended, like Vivek said, I have seen a transformation in me and in many people also who have attended with me. Maybe it is a bit or a more. You can't define it. क्योंकि वो छोटा सा भी जो होता है वो बहुत बड़ा होता है। सबसे बड़ी चीज जो the biggest fact, see, like Suchi said, her transformation, and Vivek, it is a miracle. And many people I have seen, they have their journey or some event in their life. It was a miraculous thing happened in their life after invocation or after attending the session. In me also, I was able to recognize some certain negativity what I used to possess in me, but I was not aware of it. So that awareness came to me after I got associated with the Quanto Life. So it was a huge transformation for me as a human, as a person, as a husband, as a father, or as anything, whatever I am in this life. So that I have learned here.
Can you share with us what are you exactly talking about?
Like, see, like some ego issues or the anger or the domination or some, like you are ignoring yourself in some part of life. You are not taking yourself seriously. You feel that you are loved, but there is some part which is not loved. Isn't it? We don't care that it is inside us. So I am able to recognize that there is some part which is not loved in me. Isn't it? I am able to recognize there is an anger in me. I am able to recognize the that I am ignoring myself. I am not loving myself enough. That also I am able to. So such type of many things I am able to become aware of that. Of myself only, not of the others. The biggest fact is that previously I was aware of the entire world, and now I am becoming aware of myself. So it is a huge transformation, and for me and whoever is around me, for them also. Because if I am changing, then definitely the surrounding and the people around me will also change. Not today, someday, that when the time will be the right. So it's a huge difference, but I felt that I should share here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your sharing. Thank you. Yeah, so anyone else before we, because it's your day and we cannot take away the opportunity from you for of sharing. So in case you really want to share, you're most welcome.
I'll take a couple of minutes more. So when I joined in the program, I was thinking about whether it is going to go to male-female gender or about the male-female energy. Now, the kind of learning that has happened, the kind of experiences that have been shared across over here in this program, they have been so enlightening and so insightful. So there were many private moments which were shared, and I also had some realization about my own relationship with the opposite gender, the most difficult relationships in my life, also about how I was trying to judge myself or judge others. That on a particular day I had been in a very, very particular judgmental mode, and I was counseled on the same uh, in the next few hours, and that made me so much more aware and take benefit of the entire program. Uh, One of the things that came up to me uh, was the point of discussion which was happening is body shaming. When we read it in the newspapers or when we hear on the TV, there's a very real difference talking to people in a group in a Zoom meeting, and having to realize that it happens with males also. And that is how it felt so much more open to sharing over here. I was so kindly guided by Shivo sir on the aspect of keeping long hair, and he shared his own personal experiences of last so many years. For 20 years, it's been for me now, it's 20 months that I've been keeping long hair, and he has really guided me on that aspect that for anything and everything, whomsoever is trying to judge or whether I'm condemning myself, I just have to say four words. I just love my hair, and this is such a simple thing, and it was also a difficult thing. And this is what I've realized. This was just one of the aha moments which I can share here now. Thanks a lot.
And the best part is every celebration you specifically take the opportunity of opening it, and
Yes.
But yeah, I've been observing this. Yeah, great. Thank you so much, Hitesh, for the sharing. Thank you. So yeah, okay. Anyone else wants to say anything before we get started with the invocation?
I want to say something. Okay, sorry. After the
No, please go on. I was just going to say, let's get started with the invocation. It's 11:30, but whatever you're saying after that, we can start.
I've started getting congratulatory messages.
Great. So I think you were the most eligible bachelor, so everyone is excited to hear about this from you.
Yeah, some people I didn't know had attended. They even sent me messages, congratulations.
Awesome.
And I wanted to say something to Mansi. I can't see Mansi.
So the word is really spread, Suchi, very fast. The people who don't even know, they are messaging you. Wow.
Please be ready for the Kanyadan. As it is, you are like Baba only.
शिवो से ले रही हो, बराबर से लेना जो भी है.
Mansi, you sent me a message today. I'm ready.
Okay. I'm with you. Okay. We will all follow. पहले वो वाली बारात करेंगे, फिर दूसरी वाली. Okay. I'm proud of you, Suchi. Proud of you. So for people who are in the class or even
अरे
otherwise.
ग्रुप में सीक्रेट बातें क्या करते हो आप?
अरे
पब्लिक में
इसीलिए मैं बोल रही हूँ for people. जया जी.
11:30 बजे मैंने डिनर अभी खा रही हूँ. My oddest way of eating dinner. And I can't miss all these conversations at all today. Not today.
मुझे वही लग रहा था. जया जी मुझे मैसेज कर रही है, मैं जा रही हूँ. मैंने बोला नहीं जया जी, पर मुझे ऐसे पता है कि वो नहीं जा सकती. So for people, Suchi had and I'll just share in a very. Suchi, it's okay na if I share a sentence? Yeah.
No, you can share. You can share everything, because if it doesn't go out, it will not go off.
Yeah, I am so proud. I really feel, you are ready, Suchi. I can feel it. I mean, you can see Suchi in the beginning, and you can see her now because she's now ready for that journey. A lot of, Suchi is welcome to share, but what I want to share is that, Suchi had a very, very difficult past life, and that happened in a cave. You know, it happened in a cave. It was a tantric past life where she got really abused, and it was in a cave, and she has been scared to go into caves. You know, even before this revelation came. This revelation came on the first day, where she was sharing some of her childhood incidences. And from that, she was able to go into the past life where, you know, this happened in a cave. And the confirmation was that even in this life, she's always been afraid to go into caves. Like she doesn't, that energy doesn't let her go in there. And today and now, you know, after this whole session, she is ready to go in the cave today with all of us. Just like we held the space for Divya and we went with her today. If anyone is ready, it's not compulsory for anyone, it's not mandatory, but if you will take up your own imprints and whatever you want to take about man-woman relationship. But if you want to go with Suchi today, please let us know in the chat. You know, it helps who's there with us. You know, it helps to know when we go. So anyone who wants to go with Suchi as she, because, you know, sometimes, and this I wanted to ask Shivo, that, you know, sometimes we have imprints in our body, you know, that are imprints of a different time. But I feel that there are imprints of space also. And I feel when I could feel that cave for Suchi, when I saw her in that cave, I could feel that some of herself is in there, Shivo. Like that's what I felt, that, you know, that there is a part of her that is still in the cave and that is wounded. And that part has just stayed there. And I feel it is time to heal even that part, which is not in her, but it is there. It's a part of her in space, and that part is connected through her to space, but that also needs healing. So thank you. Suchi, please add more. But I want to thank everyone who's saying yes, they are with you. There is Preeti, there is Aruna, there is Natika, Durga, Preeti. Did I miss any name? Kalpana, Tinu said she's there. Tinu had her own huge shift. So Tinu is also there. Kushal.
Vivek Bhai also said.
Neelam. Vivek Bhai, yes. See, this is how. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Me too.
Yes, Avnaz. How can I forget Avnaz? Yes. So, and anyone name who I've forgotten to share with this scrolling up and down, please unmute and share. But we will all accompany.
I'm
Yes,
there.
Shiv,
I'm there.
we need you to lead this Bharat. आपको वहाँ कन्यादान करना है तो. So कन्या को लेके आना है पहले. उस कन्या को लेके आना है. Sheetal is also there. Amazing. And then I see. Yeah.
Mansi, I want to share something from, because that night.
Yes, please. Yes.
So after the session, I called up Mansi and we spoke. And so she came in together when I was narrating the incident to her, what I saw. And the visions of it kept coming all through these 9 days throughout. And there were revelations and revelations and revelations. And I saw a lot of it. So, so it was a cave and it was a tantric life. And I used to do healing practices for, or maybe occult sciences for making people better. But I was targeted, rather my family was targeted. And it was like कि मेरी बलि चढ़ाई जाएगी, like that. And for some reason I couldn't see so much, but that I was followed into the cave, and there I was literally like gang raped. And 2 of those people I know in this life, and 2 of them, and they've already, I think, done their bit in this life and have finished their work and of hurting me and are off. And there were like about 3 people. I don't know the third person, but 2 people definitely hurt me very bad. And Mansi, one thing I didn't really share with you after that, because 2 days later I got more even in my synthesis and during the invocations. Rather, the next day I got was that someone from this group was there too, who saw it later. Someone who saw it later when my body was being taken and my lower part was bleeding. It was like, and I know, I'll tell you, I saw that person. That person was very little. She was a little girl, and she was very badly impacted seeing the body and all. And she was told that that my blood was used to do some sacrifices to Devi Ma for something, and that little child really loved. And I understood that was Manisha. And that day when my incidents was going on, Manisha was very badly impacted. She was very badly impacted because she really loved me as, like, I was much older. She was very little. Like, I saw her in a white dress and with flowers and all that. And she was like crying because there were a lot of people. I was really loved in that tribe or something. And these people said that I was sacrificed. They didn't say that they said that I was sacrificed for a better cause. And it was very gruesome because they used my blood to do some tantric practices and to call something. I don't know what that was, because the whole thing was very gruesome for me. It was painful because the screams and everything, the pain that I went through, which I shared in the group also, it was like I never understood why the Nirbhaya rape case had always affected me so badly and everything, because I was very badly hurt with thorny branches and everything that was put in. Yeah, so, but the biggest, and when Manisha kept saying that, she's feeling pukey, I exactly knew the next day what it was. I tried calling her. I messaged her that I know the why you feeling the way you're feeling, but I think she was not in the state to talk or something. She later messaged that I'm fine, I'm okay. That was 2 days later. So I didn't tell her all these details. But she was the only one I recognized. I don't know who else was there, if anybody else was there from here or not, and all that. But they were like the good souls. And
Suchi,
yeah,
you are Nirbhaya today. You are Nirbhaya today, who is going with such courage into a place, into a space where
and another
happened.
thing was that for the first time, the first day, I literally was very upset that why do I have this ability of going into my past lives? Why have I got it? Why? Why do I even know tarot? Why do I know this? Why do I know that? I was like, that incident was so much in me that it was like a rage. And but in the 9 days, lot of acceptance came in that was then, it's not now. There was a lot of good things also came to me, because all those tribe people, the villagers, they came, they prayed for me, they loved me, they prayed for my soul. And I was not very old, I was young, I don't know, I think I was in my late teens or maybe early 20, I don't know, I was young. And so that was that. And I think I am really ready to let it go.
Shivo, anything you would like to add, or would you take invocation today? Shivo?
Mansi, whatever you feel, whoever you feel, but I can see she's such a pure soul and she was going through this rage, and that's what she was experiencing, and that's what was disturbing, a lot of her friendships and relationships, because even though she is this very innocent self and very caring one, but there was that rage was always coming up in between, it was getting tricky. So I'm just very happy to see that we have already seen she has gotten over it. She is just a different person actually.
Yeah.
What we have seen 9 days back, Shuchi 9 days back, and now is
Yeah, Shivo, I feel that completion, that she needs to go in there for completion.
yeah.
Because it is that is that part where you have to complete it. Yes, she has gotten over a lot of that stuff, but I think it's her she's finally ready.
Yes.
So who do you suggest, Shivu?
Yeah, we can invoke Ma Kali, I think.
I was just thinking, Shivu, मुझे क्या image आ रहा था ना, मुझे वो image आ रहा था जो माँ काली और जो शवा जैसे हैं, पर उनका वो जो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन का गेट है ना, जहाँ वो माँ काली और शिव है, शिव शवा है, और शिव is like, how do you explain that? Where Shiva becomes Shava so that they can meet, right? Because Ma Kali is raging, and then Shiva becomes Shava, and because that is the only way she will that imprint dissolves, right?
Where she puts her tongue out.
Yeah, she puts her tongue out and she puts her foot is on his heart, and that's the only way that rage is absorbed by Shiva. That rage, that is how they meet. That is how we've talked about how different people meet. This is how Kali and Shiva meet, right? Kali has seen an injustice, and Gauri has become Kali, because when Ma Parvati sees an injustice, she becomes Kali. And now she has defeated. Now that person has defeated, that Asura has been defeated, but she is still in that state. She's still in that state, and Shiva comes, and Shiva becomes Shiva, and in that he absorbs. That's how Kali and Shiva meet, and that's how that that whole vibration is completed. There is a death of that, whatever that imprint, that subconscious dies in Shiva. And then there's a new beginning. So this is that death card. This is what it is.
Suchi, Suchi and Mansi, what I felt is that you have gone the warrior life in lots of your past lives, where you incompleted, matlab stabbed or brutally attacked by many people to the stage of death, so that the completion is not hasn't happened there.
And that is the final, we have to get to completion, otherwise it feels everything in life, everything in life there is incompletion.
So
and Lakshmi Bai came to my mind, that in some of your past lives might be like.
My God, Preeti, that was a life. I had done a PLR, and of course, when I came to senses, I did some Google and I found that also. I was a princess in
that is also incompletion. She died out of fight only, and there is she saw nothing complete. Yeah.
I fell from a horse. I was killed on the that life I know.
Amazing, Preeti. It's amazing. So shall we go into invocation? Yeah, because it's getting Shivo, aap karo na aaj.
Mansi, आप करो please. You are already flowing. यहाँ रानी लक्ष्मीबाई की समाधि रेडी है, ग्वालियर में है ना, ग्वालियर में ही है रानी लक्ष्मीबाई की समाधि. You
मैं
should come
लक्ष्मी
here.
बाई नहीं थी, मैं रुक्मिणी प्रिंसेस थी राजस्थान में.
Rajasthan में. What was that? Well, where is that?
I was a princess in my name was Rukmini and I was a princess in Rajasthan, and I had died with a sword fight in the earlier time with the Britishers. So they had killed my I had a very deep this thing when my friend had done my PLR many about 10 years ago or something. So it was a very vivid and detailed life. I had seen that. And there was another life that I saw in my parts of it in DYC, parts of it in other programs gradually. In that, I had a life in somewhere in England or Scotland, and I was with my soulmate, and we were playing at the seaside. We were like teenagers and I drowned in some water body, either a sea or some this thing, and he stood there in disbelief because he couldn't save me. He had told me not to go in the water, and I was very naughty and I was jumping and I drowned.
So I invite everyone to share what they are offering. Shivo, what should everyone else take up? They should take up, we are invoking Kali. Shivo, can we invoke Kali and Shiva together? Yeah?
Yeah, yes, please, yeah.
So what can they say? So where they feel incompleteness, or what subconscious is what should they take up? The subconscious, the strongest subconscious.
Energy, yeah, the strong energy triggers.
Yeah, strong energy triggers. Aapke kya hai? So please share whatever is the strongest and trigger for you right now. Strongest trigger is your strongest subconscious, basically. Yeah. I'll give a minute or two for a bio break, and in the meanwhile, if everyone wants to share their imprint, what they're going to take up. Okay. नितिका, मनीषा से कांटेक्ट हो पाया क्या?
मानसी, मैंने उसको मैसेजेस किए थे, but I think she might have slept. She wakes up at 4:30 तो.
ठीक है, we will take in Manisha also. Okay. Let this get cleared for her as well. Okay. Anyone else? We're just taking 1 minute break and then starting. Neelam, where are you? Babes, only you can lead this. Only you.
Anything for you.
Only you can ask, only you can sense the energies that are happening, put it in words.
Today, even I was feeling lost, Mansi, and I had messaged it to you. I don't know why I was feeling so lost. And then I was getting back and back and back. But yeah, thank you so much. I think you were holding the space for me. Because for me also, I don't know for what reasons. After some time,
पर वही अर्धनारीश्वर को तुमको आज दिखाना रहेगा कि the times where you know it all and still times you get lost, maybe that was their way of showing it to you.
So true. Yeah.
Okay, Jyoti. Okay, Nitika. Thank you. देखो पंकज जी, अभी ना शिवो एक्सक्यूज भी नहीं ऑफर करते हैं मुझे इन्वोकेशन कराने की. अभी तो पहले तो उतना तो करते थे कि हाँ कि आज ये है. हाँ शिवो, अभी तो बियॉन्ड एक्सक्यूजेस.
सही. क्या है कि शिव क्या है, सरल होते हैं.
क्या सरल होते हैं?
शिव सरल है. क्यों सरल है बताता हूँ.
अच्छा.
क्योंकि वो
और हम लोग सब जलेबी की तरह हैं. वाह वाह वाह.
मेरी पूरी बात तो सुनिए. शिव क्या है वो इतने सरल हैं कि हिमालय के सामने पार्वती के लिए डांस करते हैं, है ना. हिमालय के सामने भगवती के लिए शिव जो है डांस करते हैं, नाचते हैं। तो कितने सरल है। जितना रिगरस तप जो है भगवती उनके लिए करती हैं उन्हें पाने के लिए, वो भी उतने ही वियोग में तप में लीन रहते हैं हजारों साल कि कब आएगी। तो सिर्फ सरल है।
सही है पंकज जी। ये हमारी हम ये वार्तालाप किसी और दिन वापस कंटिन्यू करेंगे। थैंक यू कुशल।
क्या है ना
थैंक यू।
कि जिस दिन नाम के आगे क्वांटो लगाया तो सब विलीन हो गया, शिव में समा गया, तो बचा
शिव में
क्या?
समा गया। सही बात है, सही बात
बचा
है।
क्या? कुछ बचा
सही
नहीं
है।
ना।
सही है।
इसलिए मैं बहुत कुछ बोल भी नहीं पाता हूँ। मैं अपने में क्या है ना, मैं बैठा सुनता रहता हूँ और मैं धड़कने मेरी चलते रहती है, मालूम है।
सही है,
मजे में रहता हूँ।
सही है, सही है। So let's go into invocation. Okay, I think everyone is ready. Thank you so much, Pankaj ji. Love you. Anju, okay, Anju, taking your. Okay. So let us all go in Quanto Asana. Today we are breathing in the final moments of this Aardhanarishwar workshop. We are breathing in the rasa, the celebration, the completion, or any other thing. We're just breathing in the space that surrounds us all. Please sit as straight as you can. Letting your body be as much as the Shiva. And Quanto Asana with your palms open, your whole body open and in observation. Today we sit in our Shiva Tattva. And now we observe our body, observing the highest point on our head, which is above our head in space, observing that. Bringing the observation down to the top of our head. Observing any vibrations, any pain, any emptiness, observing. Today we observe like Shiva, the Shakti in our body. Observing our hair, our forehead, the inside of our head. Observing if any vibration, any electricity, anything is going on inside our head. Any pressure, any pain. Observing if we cannot feel the Shakti, if we feel nothing, if we are numb. Feeling our eyes, observing our third eye. And today the third eye is almost like a slit through which we can enter. But this time we are going with observation with Shiva. Observing the nose, the lips, tasting the inside of our mouth. How does it taste like? Is it sweet? Is it salty? Do you feel a lightening or do you feel a smoothness? Observe your inner space in your mouth with your tongue. Today I'm being guided to stick your tongue out and taste the space outside you. How does that taste? What is your tongue tasting on the outside? Observe your tongue inside your mouth and observe if they are the same or if there is a difference. Observe your neck, the space inside the neck, the space outside. Observe your arms, any Shakti in there. Observe inside and outside. Observe your palms. What do you observe there? Observe your lungs, your heart space. And today I'm feeling all of y'all in my heart space. And this heart space is so flexible. Observe it. Observe your belly, your kidneys, your pancreas, and all other parts in the upper chest. Taking your time to feel the belly, feel the spaces in them. Feel any energies, any vibrations, any pain. Feeling the intestines, feeling the genitals. Feeling your inner thighs, your knees, your legs, the soles of your feet. Now observe the back of your body, from the back of your head to your neck, to your entire spinal cord, to your whole back. To the buttocks that are pressed against the ground. And now observe your whole body as one. Now we observe everyone who's sitting in this space. And observing the space that is between all of us. The space that is connecting our body and aura to everyone else. To everyone else here. And now together we invoke the quantum vibrational field so that we can feel the space in there. So invoking the quantum vibrational field. Quantum, quantum, quantum. I observe this echoing on everyone's auras and bouncing back. And now we invoke Ma Kali and Shiva. I 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 feel so much. I feel so much darkness, but the darkness is conscious. There is clarity in the darkness. There is not confusion, but I feel everything just aligning to this darkness. Normally, darkness causes chaos, but this is a different darkness. Just observe and feel it. As you're doing it, pay attention to the breath. Just observe its natural rhythm. And as you observe that, this conscious darkness is becoming part of your body rhythm through your breath.
Observe the breath going inside you and the out breath. And now if you follow the line of your breath, there is a point at which the in-breath stops and the out-breath has not yet happened. There is a gap, there is a stop. So we are going to be in silence as we connect to that gap, which is Shiva. And now we're going to invite our beloved Suchi in this space. Suchasmita. I'm going to scan her. I'm going to observe her. And if you would like, you can join me. I feel people observe her with such loving eyes. Observe Suchi with your whole body. Not just your eyes, not just your heart, but your whole body. Through the top of your head, through your third eye, through your crown, through your eyes, nose, mouth, everything. And now observe the space between you and Suchi. The space is behind you, in front of you, front of Suchi, in front of, behind her, between all of us. So take a moment and feel the space. And now if you would like to, I invite all of us to go into this cave with Suchi, Shivo, with Ma Kali and Shiva, and all of us. I feel we are led by the trident, by the Trishul and the Damru. And Nandi. I feel the wild dance of Suchi. As she dances, the cave is becoming more and more Shiva. Shiva. I had been feeling so much energy, like as if I was going to explode. Whatever journey you are going through with this, it is in some way relevant to your own lives or past lives. Shiva is here. Whatever has made you most furious in your own life, what are you raging? What makes you rage? Who makes you rage? Observe that in your body. Let those incidents go into those incidences. Who are the people? What is that space? What are the words of that space? What are the emotions of that space? What are the questions of that space? The mysteries of that space? Any other issue that is coming up, please go into it. There is a lot of intensity, so if it is very intense for you, please keep going and being with everything that is being revealed. For everyone else who's ready, please go into Shavasana. May all these emotions meet in Shiva. May they all become complete. Thank you so much for joining us today. This celebration session needed you for its completion. And it loves and blesses you. Love you so much. Good night. Please share your experiences tomorrow. We'll close the session now.